Well, are pancakes better than waffles or wet waffles better than pancakes? Which one's better? Which one's better, waffles or pancakes? Waffles all the way. I saw Tim the Tapman just tweet waffles are better than pancakes, but I don't know, man. Everyone's saying waffles. I might be a pancake kind of guy, man. Hey. Welcome in, everyone. Lovely to see you. One second. Yeah! It's streaming time! Maybe I should... Oh, no! Not the Star Wars helmet! Oh, shit! Maybe I should try to organize this or clean it. Oh, well. It is what it is. That looks good enough. That looks good enough for today, that background. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody. What is going on? Oh, my goodness gracious me. Hey, what is happening, chat room? How are you? I thought I would stream during the day and tonight today. So, we're going to chill out today during the day. Maybe watch some trailers, watch some shows. Bada bing, bada bang, and then tonight... I almost wanted to do a movie night tonight. I'll see how I'm feeling. I'll see what's going on. Eldred, thank you so much for the sub. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Can I get a stay Cray in the chat for all the subs? Caveman, thank you so much for the sub. Dude, chat, someone made an animation from our YouTube. Made an animation and it's really fucking good. We'll watch it when we get, like, 900 people in or something. It's so... You saw it, Joanna? It was so good. See, and haven't I said it? Like, I love the reaction videos we've been making. You know what I mean? And it's so good to see people make things from it. It's so good. I think maybe I should keep that stuff to off-stream, actually. It lets me script it a little bit more, and you can tell in the animation because it just works, you know? It's fun, yeah, for sure. Dude, I've lost so much fucking weight. Holy shit. I am skinnying down like crazy. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, so your videos are scripted. Well, not like scripted, but I can take pauses and break, which within itself, it's not completely off the cuff. Does that make sense? Like, for example, when YouTubers are making YouTube videos, they can stand up, make a cup of coffee, and relax. So when I come back to a video, if I've seen a bear in it, I may have thought of, like, a joke while making a cup of coffee about, like, Yogi Bear or something like that. Yeah. You guys know me well enough where you know it's not like, scripted in the way of writing down a script, because for God's sake, I do it for 8 hours a day on stream. Any truths, chat? You gotta give me that. For God's sake, I do it 8 hours on stream, dude. You know what I mean? Like, fuck me. When we're playing video games, I think I'm good like that, you know? Like, I don't need to write down jokes before I play horror games and stuff like that. Like, it just comes naturally. Some streamers and stuff like that, they'll full on script everything, even streamers. Yeah, even streamers script, which you wouldn't believe, for video games. So what they'll do is they'll watch another streamer play the game, and then they'll kind of script out like an idea of how they're going to do it a little bit. I've been guilty of doing that a little bit, and I think everyone has. Yeah. But to be honest, there's nothing inherently bad about scripting your content either. Can I get an amen? You know what I mean, chat? Like, anyone can do streaming. Some people just have to put more effort into the scripting part and stuff like that, or they're not naturally funny. I mean, it is what it is, you know. What do you think a comedy show is? You know, like, it's not improvised. I'll tell you, you know, newsflash. Yeah. Thank you, Zay for the sub. The Going Cray. Heather, thank you for the subs. Sorry I haven't been streaming at this time zone very much. Just been doing it for mental health reasons and all that, so I appreciate you guys for coming in today. Thank you. I feel like I've got to thank everyone when you guys actually show up to the streams lately, because my schedule is like this, you know, it's very up and down. It's crazy, so I appreciate it. Zay, thank you for your individual sub. Thank you so much. Robster, thank you for your sub. Thank you. Finished the VOD from last night. What happened? When, Superman? In which bit? Oh, you mean, dude, there's another VOD continuing until dawn. The stream crashed, Superman. So there's another VOD. There's another VOD, if that makes sense. The streams are separated. Yeah. Sorry, the stream crashed. And then you'll see me, I'm eating dinner, and then I go back into the game on the VOD. Yeah. Okay, sweet, thanks. No worries, dude, no worries. Oh, the Until Dawn playthrough. Oh, man. That reminded me of why I got into streaming. I think I'm going to keep up with the variety. You know what I mean? It doesn't really change the viewers at all. If anything, we get more viewers doing variety gaming than doing other shit. I'm just going to keep up with the variety as long as I've got games. You know what I mean? And it'll all be going up on YouTube. To be honest, I was meant to switch over the channels today on YouTube, but I've been a bit lazy, chilling out, you know, like streaming rather than making the announcement video and stuff. But like my manager said, there's no rush when it comes to stuff like that. Like, just chill, you know, and I do agree with it. I was like, yeah, like, everyone's just chilling. Hayden's going to go get a COVID test today and all that kind of stuff, so he can't edit today. And it's just like, everyone's just chilling, you know. Oh, Before Your Eyes was sad, dude. I didn't expect it to be that sad. But it was, yeah, damn. Yeah, not more than Apex. Apex is good and bad to stream for reasons that you might not know as a viewer. The problem with streaming Apex is you do okay with viewers if you're good at the game. The minute you die, you drop. And you don't get many followers, and you don't get many subscribers. Yeah. Does that make any sense, chat? Like, playing those kind of games, you really got to be good at them. Yeah. Sway, thank you for the sub. Rage, thank you for the sub. DJ, thanks for the sub. Robster, guys, thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for the subs. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Thank you, chat. Welcome in, everyone. Play Overwatch. Over my dead body. Yeah, I can't play Overwatch anymore, guys. Yeah, I can't play Overwatch anymore. They ruined that game. I'm sorry, they ruined Overwatch, and I don't care what fans of Overwatch say. They ruined that game. They ruined Overwatch. I don't care what anybody says. They dropped the ball. I don't want to shoot into a big blue shield the entire time. It's literally become first-person MOBA, and I have no interest in that at all. You know, like, I just have no interest in it. No, every time I watch Overwatch right now, I just feel like I just don't care about it, you know? Yeah. Yeah. I think they ruined it as well. And the events, they were never they were never good, you know? Caveman! Oh my god! 10 gifted subs! I'm just sitting here, man. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Remember, chat, subs are 20% off. So if you ever wanted to sub before, now's the time. And I'm pretty sure if you sub for like a year, you'll get 20% off for the year. So if you were thinking about subbing to one of the streamers, not only me, anyone, now's the time to sub. Yeah. Now's the time to do it. Yeah. Love you, man. Much love, Soul. How you doing, man? Yo, Cray, it's been a while. What's been happening lately? Just chilling. You know, just really, honestly, just chilling. Yeah, I can't really put it any other way than that, you know. Tim, thank you so much for the sub as well. And Sway, I did thank you, right? I did. Thank you, Sway. Thanks, Craig, for doing what you do. Help me through the hard times. No worries, Tim. No worries. I'm glad I could be here for you, man. Breezy, how you doing? Love you. Much love, Breezy. Much love. I think I will play Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, I think I will play that game, chat. I looked at a bit of gameplay last night. We got Life is Strange 3 tomorrow at European time at 7 p.m. The new regular time. We've got that. Yeah. Diviola, thank you so much for the 22 months sub. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hey, Max, how you doing, man? 109. Thank you so much for the gifted sub today. And god damn, thank you, chat, for all the subs. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Oh my god, very generous. Thank you, chat. Yeah. Oh, procrastinating. I tell you what, I start off slow, and then slowly I get into it, dude, lately. You know what I mean? Especially with the variety. But I think a lot of our streams lately, they start off a little bit slower these days. I gotta wake up, and I'm getting older, you know. I gotta wake up, and then my rackiness hits like the minute I go into a game, which is really good. I've become a bit of a boomer. Yeah. Yeah. The slow starts are fun. I don't mind them. I mean, right now I could go into reaction videos straight away, you know what I mean, and not talk to chat and just go into them, and, you know, we could do that, but I like to talk. And I'd get more viewers doing that, but I like to have a chat, you know what I mean? I like chilling here for a second, man. Played 12 minutes. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. You can tell Cray's been nutting left and right. No, I've been sleeping left and right. Getting any sleep I can get in. I think I went to bed last night at 4 a.m. and woke up at 11 today, which isn't too bad. How many hours is that, chat? Someone do the math. 4 a.m. and woke up at 11. 6? At least 6, right? 7. That's a good sleep. That's a good sleep. That's not bad. That's a good sleep. Dumbass. Dude, it's so bad how bad I am at math. Like, I am really like a dumbass when it comes to math. I still have a nightmare where, I think I've told you this, chat, but I'll tell everyone who doesn't know. I still, in my grown-ass life, have a nightmare where I'm back at school and I'm stuck at the bottom of the math class stairs to go up to math. And I'm stuck there and I can hear the teacher yelling at me for wagging school. I still have nightmares about it to this day.
Thank God a normal stream time.
Yeah, and I remember I'd just walk in, dude. Like, I'd be like 10 minutes late to every single class. Yeah, crazy, man. I wagged so much. I skipped so much school. I regret it. Because now I can't do fucking simple math. You know what I mean? I'm smart in other areas. Like, I'd say, in general, I've got more street smarts and more emotional intelligence than others. And I don't mean that in a braggy way. I just think that that's what I experienced when I was younger. Yay or nay, if you know what I'm trying to say. But when it comes to like math or physics or science of any kind, I am a complete and utter fucking moron. A complete and utter idiot. Like, I know nothing. Yeah, nothing at all. Nothing. Complete idiot. Complete moron. So bad, lol. No, honestly, I don't think you guys know the depths of it. Like, I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then I like being me because I'm that guy that I think if you come to me with an emotional problem, I'll sit there for hours, and at the end, I think we get to a resolution. You know, I like being that fella for people. Yeah. But you ask me a math question, I ain't got no fucking idea, man. Yeah, I ain't got no fucking idea. Thank you, 1009 for gifting a sub to Man of Games. There you go, man. There you go, dude. Yeah, keep it up with your sub, dude. Yeah, there you go. Toffa, thank you for the sub. Dandy Rose, thank you. Potsler, thank God, a normal stream time. Normal is, it's subjective, baby. You know what I mean? It's subjective, baby. Real Crab, thank you for the 11 months. Nearly a whole year, dude. Appreciate you. 1010, Christina. Thank you so much for the 14 months. And you said, I love math. That's cool. I'm always jealous of people who are really good at math. Like, that's really cool. That's really cool. Don't you reckon, chat? If you could be good at one thing, what would you be good at? What would you be good at? I think, right now, if I could pick one thing, maybe instrument. I'd maybe choose an instrument. Social skills. Social skills are easy. Well, I shouldn't say that. Easy for some, isn't it weird that when you get math, you say math is easy, and when you get social skills, you say it's easy? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we gotta really try to put ourselves in the shoes of others, because that's true empathy, and that's true learning, is to be able to move your mindset into how somebody else's feels is very important. So I can only imagine what it feels like to be socially anxious. Because I don't really get socially anxious. I'm quite a confident man, with that stuff. All I will say to you right now, if you're listening to this and you need help on becoming more sociable, is always remember social or being sociable is a skill. It's something that you're not born with. You do learn it just like you learnt math. It's the exact same. Does that make any sense, chat? I hope that makes sense. Always remember that. It is a skill. I am confident in social situations because I've been thrown into many differing ones. I've done public speaking. I've spoken in front of thousands of people before. You know what I mean? Like, I've done this, that. I'm good socially because I practiced. I got better. You ask Loserfruit. Before we went on stage for the Click podcast, I'm shitting myself. You can't even talk to me. It's just like, leave me alone. And then afterwards, you learn from it. You couldn't even talk to me, dude, Yeah. Look at me, I'm so cool and famous. I mean, I just called myself a complete and utter dickhead and a moron at math. It's like, you got to know what you're good at and what you're bad at, It's funny, if I came on here and I said, guys, like, I'm the worst at being social and stuff like that, you guys would all go, oh, no, Cray, no, you're not like... You're very confident. I'm not going to do that, dude. Yeah, I'm confident. I'm good in social situations. That's just the way it is. Which one do you want me to do? You know what I mean? What, you want me to get my dick sucked? You know what I mean? And be like, oh, no, Cray. No, it's not like that. It's like, no, I suck at math and I'm good at social situations, bro. Like, what do you want from me? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Can I get an A? I hate when people do that, dude. Like, when you're sitting around a table and they say that they're bad at everything. Like, you're not bad at everything, dude. I just saw you win at fucking an arcade game, Like, you're good at it. Okay, I didn't mean sucking dick. You stop that now! Cray, nice shoes in the background. They're Mario shoes. Yeah, they're Mario shoes. I was, before I got rejected by Bert, I was going to wear these on our date. Can you see why I got rejected now, chat? I was going to wear these on our date. But then, your boy got rejected, and I think it's starting to make more and more sense the more I look at the shoe. It's got a little Mario star at the back. How funny is that? So flame! Cray, do you like people? Yeah. Yeah, I'd say I like people. Yeah, I wouldn't say I dislike people. I like people. Yeah, I like people. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Noble, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Stay crazy in the chat. Thanks for the sub, man. Thank you everyone for subbing, following. Cheers. Appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome. Those are pretty lit, not gonna lie. They're not for me, but I'll show them off. You know what I mean? I wouldn't actually ever wear them, but some people love those kind of shoes, huh? Red Viper, thanks for the 10 months. Thank you. Can you rant on how people have arguments over stupid stuff like pineapples on pizza? I mean, I love those rants. They're a bit of fun, you know what I mean? They're a bit of fun. At the end of the day, if you can't see how that's like a joke, you know what I mean? Like, some people are passionate about certain things, you know, that are a bit weird. But if you're super passionate about pineapple on pizza, you know, that's a bit weird. Can I get an amen? Like, you know, if someone wants to throw pineapple on their pizza, you know, go for it. You know, it's all good, man. Like, it's your pizza. You know, I'm not eating it. But at the same time, pineapple on pizza, I actually know the rule. And pineapple on pizza is only allowed during summer. GG. That's the way it is. You can have pineapple on pizza if you have it on the beach, you know, because you don't want fucking... here in Australia, you think about it, chat. Like, we got scorching hot weather, dude. All this kind of shit. Like, even at nighttime, during summer and spring here, dude, it's fucking scorching. You know, and if you have, like, a pizza filled with, like, olives and all this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's more, like, heavy. You know, like, if it's during summer and you're going out and you still want pizza, it's like, throw a bit of pineapple on there, a little bit of refreshment, but you're not allowed it during winter. That's the rule. That's the rule. Yeah, that's the rule for sure. Yeah, for sure. Oh, and if you disagree and you're from a cold country, zip it. Yeah. Yeah. No, just JD. That's the thing, right? Is remember our Christmas, chat, our Christmas is our summertime. We have summer Christmas, you know, and, you know, during those celebrations and people coming over, you know, you want to order a pizza. It's quick, it's easy. You know, we're out by the pool. You know what I mean? You don't want to be having a big, thick-ass fucking pizza out there like that. You know, can I get an amen if you understand what I'm trying to say? You know, you don't want to be out there eating burgers before you go in the pool. Like, that's crazy. You want, like, something a little bit refreshing, like a light, thin crust, you know, with, like, a bit of tomato, blah, 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 whatever toppings you want. And then if you want a little bit of juicy, a little bit of refreshment, a bit of pineapple, not too bad. Yeah. Not too bad. But not during winter. It's banned. Not during winter. God, my allergies are really bad this morning. Sorry, we're coming into spring. Are we in spring? No, we're not, are we? We're coming into it, right? Ah. Yes, we are. Fuck. September is spring. God damn it. Oh, yeah, I always forget. September is spring. Yeah, god damn it. That's why the sun's been out. It's been a bit... It's so windy here in Melbourne. That's one thing you don't get in Sydney is the big winds. Here in Melbourne, like I've lived in Sydney my whole life, or Illawarra. I'm from Warrawong, Wollongong. Like here in Melbourne, just so everyone from New South Wales knows, like their weather is so fucked. You know how everyone says Melbourne's weather's fucked? It's awful. It's not like what it is back home in New South Wales. It's different. It's the worst weather ever. It's really bad. It's really awful, you know? Yeah. It's windy right now in New South Wales. Imagine New South Wales wind and times it by 3 and that's Melbourne. Yeah, it really is crazy. Dude, I'm getting the darkest shit under my eyes, man. Fuck me. Fuck me. I've got to get more sleep, dog. Jesus. Man. But it's sunny in Sydney right now. You know when it's winter in Sydney and New South Wales, right? When it's winter, you could still on some days go to the beach. Do you know what I mean, New South Wales goers? You know, like it's like you could still go to the beach on a really hot day. In Melbourne, hell fucking no. Nah, it's freezing here, dude. Freezing. It's like the sun doesn't do anything. It's weird. It is different, trust. It is different. Like, because now I've spent a whole winter here. I don't know if this winter was extra cold. But man, in Wollongong, during winter, dude, I'd still go down to the beach during winter. You know, in Wollongong and stuff. Like, I'd still go down. You know what I mean? And then, man, like here in Melbourne, hell no. Yeah. Bro, it's 24 right now. In Melbourne, dude, it doesn't feel it. Man, I'm telling you, they must measure their fucking temperature different, you know? Try living in Tasmania, Cray. Pretty much Antarctica. Is it? Is Tassie really cold, is it? Damn. It's good to see all the people from Australia and New Zealand and stuff all in stream. It's cool. Tasmania and that. Yeah. Taz is cold, but the sun does pierce you a lot. Gotcha. Yeah. Might I propose? What kind of propose? What are you going to propose, Breezy? Melbourne isn't cold. Yeah, you're right. It's freezing. Chat, I'm telling you. As someone, you know, I'm trying to be unbiased as much as I can because I'm going to live in Melbourne probably for the rest of my life, you know, so I don't want to dog on it too hard, but I'm telling you this. The weather is very different from here to New South Wales. Very different. Yeah. Any Aussies in the chat feel me? Trust me, it's different. It's different. Trust me. If any Melbourne goers go and live in Sydney or Queensland, the higher up you go, the hotter it gets. Like literally in Sydney during winter, you can still go down to the beach some days, you know, in winter. You know, here in Melbourne, ain't no way. Nah. It was a bit of not a culture shock, obviously, because it's not cold. Weather shock. I got weather shock. I was like, man, I want to go for a walk, and it's fucking freezing. You know, I bought my first ever puffer jackets, dude, in Melbourne. Bloody freezing, dude. Skirt, thank you for the 25-month sub. Thank you, a Fat Phoenix for the sub. Your man, thank you for the subs. Can I get a stay Cray in the chat? Flax, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. You still got to wear my wetsuit in summer when snorkeling, etc. down here in Taz. Damn. Really? It's that cold? Shit. Nice work, Marin. 350. Jesus Christ. You mean in kilos, right, Marin? 350 kilograms, right? You mean kilos. Oh, yeah. No, I get you. You hit 350. Yeah, big PR. Yeah. Sept, 5 gifted subs. Thank you, chat. What is going on? Thanks for the love today, man. Thank you. Stay Cray, dude. Thank you, Sept. Do you surf? No, but I would really consider getting into surfing, actually. Yeah. Like, just out of boredom. Because I think surfing classes as exercise during COVID. So you're allowed to go surfing. You know, you're allowed to go and recreationally surf. Which is cool. You know what I mean? That they get to do that. So, yeah, maybe it's time to learn how to surf. You know what I mean? Surfing is a really good getaway. Yeah. I can swim very well. So, yeah. Yeah, I can swim well. So, I don't have to worry about that. Yeah. What color can you open your car with? Khaki. I don't get it. I don't get that. What is khaki? What is that? It's a Boston joke. And what? A khaki, like a car key. A what? Car key? Say it in an Australian accent. Car key? Oh, car key. Still not really that funny, to be honest. It's not a very good joke. I'm sorry. It's funnier that it's a bad joke. You know what I mean? Cray speaks American now. Some words you see written as an Australian, you do, I guess, how can I put it? Like, you do sometimes read it a little bit American sometimes, or hear it American, because, you know, you got to remember, chat, here in Australia, all we do is we watch American television, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, you know. Thank you, Crimson, for the sub, C for the sub, Sept for the other gifted sub. Thank you, chat. That's called cultural imperialism. Jesus Christ. If she ain't built like Doja Cat, I don't want her. See, I'm a man of many tastes. You know what I mean? Like, she can be built like whatever she built like, you know, and I'll be happy. But damn, Doja Cat can get it. And I mean, by get it, a ring on her finger. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. You guys are sickos. I'm talking about a ring on the finger. Yeah. Y'all are American wannabes. Listen, I know this sounds really rude to Americans, but nobody really wants to be American anymore. people leave America for Australia. You know what I mean? Like people go that way now. People go to America to Canada. You know, people go to America to Mexico. You know, people don't go from Mexico to America or Canada to America or Australia to America anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's the other way around. You know what I mean? You know, I'm sorry. You know when you guys built that big wall, right? You did yourself a disservice. Now you got to jump over your own wall. Yeah, you got to hike over the wall. Oh, that's funny, man. Oh, man. Oh, I wish I was Australian. Being Australian's cool. Being Australian is cool because we feel out of the way. Can I get a true in the chat if you know what I mean? Like, I think everyone around the world, that's kind of why people, I hope, like Australians. We're kind of out of the way and we don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's, I don't care, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's chilling. Like, for example, I'm just talking, I think there is a very massive cultural difference that I've noticed, even when talking to, like, my friends. Australians just talk shit to talk shit. Can I get an amen, if you know what I mean? Like, I didn't mean everything I just said just then, you know? But somebody in this chat legitimately thinks I shared a political opinion about people leaving America for other places. I don't, what? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't mean any of that. I'm just talking crap. You know, it's just funny. I'm just trying to make you smile, trying to make you laugh, you know? It's just a fucking joke, you know? But I've literally noticed that I can be on stream and be just talking Australian and people in chat will get mad. But I'm just talking Australian. It's just, I'm winding you up. You know? I'm winding you up, you know? It's a joke. I'm chilling. Yeah. It's like when I say Trump jokes or Joe Biden jokes, you know? Like, I don't vote. You know what I mean? I don't vote for Trump or Biden, dude. I'm Australian, you know? You know what I mean? It's just, and people get mad so quick. It's like, oh, man. I don't even know the last time Joe Biden was mad. He's fucking half asleep half the time. Man, your whole president is fucking, he's comatose. You know what I mean? Man, that oh, God, I don't know what he's doing, man. You go from reality TV show host, Trump, into a guy who's barely awake.
This is an honest question. But would the US help Australia if you went to war?
This is an honest question, but would the US help Australia if y'all went to war? Yes, of course. Yeah, of course. Oh, without a doubt, 110%. 110%. America is our closest ally. You know what I mean? And if we're not talking shit and we're getting serious, I think Americans are lovely people. Yeah, I think I've said it 1,000 times. If you get me in my serious, if you ask me a genuine question, you'll get a genuine answer sometimes, you know? But if you want my genuine answer, I think Americans as a base are almost nicer than Australians. And a lot of Australians get pissed at me for saying that, but Aussies, like, we're pretty, to all the Aussies out there, we're laid back, but in our laid backness, we also have a bit of leave me the fuck alone kind of thing, right? Where when you go to America, Americans are very loud and welcoming. They're very loud and welcoming, you know? Like, an American's not afraid to say, nice shoes, man. Like, that kind of thing, if you've got nice shoes on and stuff. And my big mustache, I was always complimented and stuff like that for my mo. Here in Australia, dude, you know, having that big mo, I got more insults than anything, you know? It's hard to explain, but Americans they're kind. They're kind in that way. They're very socially confident, a lot of them. Way more than Aussies. They're very, in a different way. Does that make sense? Americans are socially confident in the way of sparking up a convo in a club out of nowhere. You know, where in Australia, most people, they'll kind of stick to themselves a lot. Yeah. You are Australian, and I don't know you, but I was hoping to get your perspective on this. I'll check it out, Shroot. Just give me a second, and I'll check it. You sent in a TikTok, yeah? Yeah. 2 of them? I'll check it out. I'll have a look at it. If it's too political or anything like that, I won't get into it. I hope it's a joke TikTok, yeah. If you vlog in Australia, everyone looks. In America, no one cares. That's a really good point, Marcus. Exactly. Americans are just like, oh, he's doing his own thing. Who gives a fuck? In Australia, you vlog, you get out of camera, everyone will stare you down. Everyone will stare you down. Does that make sense, chat? Like, we're laid back in the way, but Americans just don't care about what you're doing. Here in Australia, dude, get out a vlog camera. Get ready for someone to throw a tomato at you. You know, I'm not even kidding. Why? It's just, I'm telling you, that's the way it is. Oh, and before you say, no, that's not the way it is, I'm the one who's done it. You haven't. GG, get clapped. Can I get a GG in the chat? From all the Aussies who are going to hate on me, I'm telling you that's the way it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you vlog in Australia, you are a wanker. There you go. See, there's one. Told yous! Whereas Americans are just say, oh, he's just vlogging. You know what I mean? Australians say, you're a wanker, you're a loser. You know, there's also, in Australia, I'm going to say it. Can I say a big negative about Australia? I don't know if Marcus will agree. I don't know if everyone will agree. You might disagree. Tall poppy syndrome is a real thing. Yeah, here in Australia, tall poppy syndrome is a real thing here in Australia. In the media, in the news, whatever, like just in general, like, you know, fuck the rich just because they're rich, or it's just like, if they see a Ferrari, they'll want to key your Ferrari, or they'll want to like punch your headlight in or something like that. Like here in Australia, they seem that way. Yeah, and just so you know, like I'm Australian, you know what I mean? Like, there's negatives and positives to our culture, and here in Australia, that's a big one. Like, you know, fuck them, you know, kind of that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, it's kind of, we can be a bit weird like that. Yeah. I've never seen that here. Really, really. Really, you've never seen any kind of like tall poppy behavior here in Australia. Interesting. You don't even notice. Yeah, interesting. That's actually good. Fuck the rich. Matter of fact, let's rob Cray. Yeah, I'll tell you a little secret about hating rich people. Ready? You hate the rich until you're rich. That's one of the biggest problems with a lot of you guys who say you hate the rich. You don't hate the rich. You hate that you're not rich. And that's tall poppy syndrome. That's tall poppy. That's literally tall. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you guys will say, fuck the rich. Fuck them all. They're all this. They're all that. They're all that. And then when you become rich, then you're like, man, I love the rich. You know what I mean? You guys shout about communism and then you buy mansions. You love communism, right? Until you're a millionaire. Hey. GG, get clapped. GG, get clapped. Yeah. GG, get clapped. Telling ya. GG. Marcus sent this.
People really love to stare. They just watch and they track you and they track every move. Let's see how many people you can see right now who are watching me, who are following me, who are probably looking back at this camera. You basically make a whole crowd just by sitting here. You're an anomaly.
Interesting. Fucking hell. I saw one of like a lady walking through a crowd and they were all like staring at her. That was really crazy. Have you seen that, chat? Would you dare ride on this Indian bus? I think I've seen that one. It was pretty interesting. Just let me get rid of this one here. Oh.
Cray, I'm one of your biggest fans. I would appreciate if you could check out this fan-made video I made. I hope you enjoy it.
I'll check that out, bro. I got it. Oh, wait. We were going to check out this guy's TikTok. Hang on. What is this? Yeah. Look, I don't really know if I want to watch things shoot about, like, you know, quarantine vaccine shit. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if we want to go there, you know? Can I get an amen? Do we really want to get into, like, the vaccines and all political and shit like that? Man, I don't know, bro. I don't know if it's too serious, you know? One thing I've noticed is I'll talk about some serious things, but at the same time, it's like, you're not here to listen to my political opinion. You know what I mean? Like, believe what you want. It's within your right. You know, that's what I'm going to say. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to... I'll try not to ram my opinions down your throat. Yeah. Does that make sense? I've been doing it so much lately that sometimes I just feel bad that I'm just like ramming my opinions down people's throats all the time, you know? It's like a bit much.
Hey Cray, love your channel. Please check out my mobile game. I think you will like it.
I hate everything you choose to be about. I hate all of you. You have made my life nothing but pain and misery. Every day I wake up and I regret choosing this as a job. Every single day. Yeah. Do you actually want to see something really cool? Look at this. Can I get a W in the chat for this? Somebody made a Cray animation. Watch how fucking cool this is, dude. Are you ready? This is fucking cool. You ready? Just a bear eating his lunch is all. Okay, that's not a bear just eating his lunch. He's sitting down like a human with his leg up. Like he's chillaxing, eating what looks... Is that a pumpkin? Eating pumpkin. Number one, who gave him the pumpkin? And number two, what you think you're doing? Act like a human, you crazy bear. That ain't for no goddamn bear. That's for humans. Hey, don't you take another bite. Get out of here. If bears start acting like people, we gotta start acting like bears.
Yeah.
Can I get a band in the chat? It's over. Goodbye, everyone. I'm going to YouTube too. It's over. Sorry, I showed his face. See you guys in a week. It's done. It's over. Oh, this is the channel. Have you guys seen... Have you guys seen this guy's channel? Have you guys seen this guy's channel? He goes to the worst Yelp reviewed places. It is amazing. By the way, Marcus sent me this last night and said this is a good show with Leo coming out. Would you like to watch it? Yay or nay if you've heard of Don't Look Up trailer with Leonardo and Jennifer Lawrence. Heard anything about it, chat? Anything? I've heard nothing about it. Let's check it out, man. Oh, it's from the director of Big Short. And Step Brothers and Anchorman.
You are here now. You are here now. You are here now. You're here now. Your breathing is stressing me out.
This will affect the entire planet.
I know, but it's like so stressful. Can I get that one more?
Ariana Grande!
Glasses of white wine, and I don't need the judgy face. There's
the
a comet
fuck?
headed directly towards Earth. Do you know how many the world is ending meetings we've had over the last 2 years?
Drought, famine. Hole in the ozone is so boring.
That's cool. That's cool. That's a really cool premise, don't you? Right? December 24. I need it now. I'm in fucking lockdown. I need it now, you sons of bitches. How many big names do you want in this thing? Director, yes. Netflix, done. What would I have to do to become an actor? Would it be difficult? What would I have to do to become an actor? Like, where do you start? If right now I said I want to be the next Leonardo, where do you begin? How do you do it? I reckon I could do it, man. I reckon I could act a bit. To be or not to be. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. Man, I got that down pat. What's this? Last night in Soho with Anna Taylor-Joy and Thomasin McKenzie and Edgar Wright. What's this?
What brings you down then?
You're studying London College of Fashion.
So what brings you down then? Have a few bobbies down the fucking pub, have a few fucking skimmies down the fucking alleyway, you know what I'm saying? Oi, boys, put on the footy then. Oh yeah, Manchester's playing like shit these fucking days. Man, can barely kick the fucking ball. Those fucking Aussies down there, fucking, they're an insult against Great Britain, mate. You know, I love the fucking Queen and my wife, and that's it, mate.
Room is on the top floor.
It's perfect. I love it. If I could live any place and any time, I'd live here in London in the 60s.
Wait, is this a horror? Oh, what the fuck just happened? Oh, it just switched.
Last night, I saw something in my dreams. There was a girl.
What the fuck?
And you are?
Sandy.
What's happened? Oh my god, what an interesting premise.
I got this kind of gift. I can see people, places, things others can't.
This is the closest most people ever get to their dreams.
They're not just dreams.
You know how she's going from... I'm gonna say the most fucked up thing. Right, so, ready? So she's in high school, right? In her other life, yeah? But then when she transports into this world, she becomes a grown woman. Is this guy a pedophile? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? Like, where does that... You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you got a point. Understand the point. Understand it. You know, analyze what I've said. Analyze it. Because through the shit, through most of what I say, there's actually a little gold nugget. There's a little piece of gold. You know, so find the gold, right? And grab it and say, oh, I see what Cray means. He means this motherfucker a pedo. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what he meant. Sorry.
Jack, I don't want to do this.
You think you can just walk away?
They really happened.
What did you see?
Oh!
Do you believe in ghosts? I want to report a murder.
You witnessed the murder last night, but you believe this was a vision from the past.
Oh my god!
And it killed her.
What a cool premise. No more spoilers. What a cool premise. And that's him. Oh my god, I just got goosebumps. That looks good. Holy shit, that will be cool. Oh man, that is fucking awesome. 10 out of 10 trailer and premise. 10 out of 10, I reckon. I give that 10 out of 10, dog. What do you reckon, chat? I reckon that looks good. That looks really damn good. What about Encounter? Let's check this out. Okay. Prime Video. We can watch this together on stream. If it looks good, chat, let me know and we'll watch it together on stream. If you've got Twitch Prime, we can watch it together. You don't have to sub to me with Twitch Prime, but if you've got Prime, we can watch it.
300. Okay, I want you to count to 600. I'll be back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Three Musketeers. Toughest soldiers there ever was. They could survive anything because they stuck together.
Cool tattoos.
Now you telling me if we don't stand by each other, we can't get through anything?
What the fuck?
I know we can.
Ooh. Ooh, I love the father-son thing. It looks emotional, but what's with, is he like an alien or something? Like, did you see like and it's called Encounter? Is he like, two sons from a mysterious threat as they journey increasingly dangerous directions. The boys will need to leave their childhoods behind. Yay or nay, chat, on this one? What do you reckon? Cleopatra, thanks for the bits.
Here, take my money. Stay cray.
And Goat, thanks for the sub. Thank you, Goat. Thank you, man. Appreciate that love. Thank you so much. I don't know. It might not be the kind of thing that you want to watch on stream. You know what I mean? I'm unsure. I'm unsure if that's like a stream thing. You know? Thank you, Mrs. Solo Cholo. Thank you so much for the sub, man. Rising. Oh, that's a documentary. Nah. What's this? Short film? Short film. We'll save it. We'll save it. What is this? I'm going to favorite it so I can find it. Oh, it looks kind of good. It looks kind of good. Or we might watch that on late nights, chat. Late nights. I've been watching this guy's channel, chat. Would you like to watch a video? It's really good. The Many Saints of Newark. Oh, that's The Sopranos. That's about where the Sopranos came from and stuff. Newark's a real place, right, chat? Is that where the mafia is from, Newark? Am I pronouncing it right? I wonder. Tales of Arise graphic modes comparison. I don't know what that is. Anime game. Maybe should I play an anime game on stream? Would you watch me play an anime game one day? No. Hey, Blaze, thanks for the buck.
You deserve this $, Cray. Thank you for being a positive energy force in my life, you legend.
My absolute pleasure. Hey, can I get a stay Cray in the chat for those words? No worries, dude. Hey, you let me do this for a living, you know what I mean? So you guys are a positive force in my life too, you know?
All right. So first you're going to go ahead and give me your money.
Yes.
All right.
I can take from my pocket.
Okay, thank you.
I can take from my pocket.
Yes,
from my pocket.
yes. I'm going to keep the gun on you though.
Switched it on him. Got him. Did you see that? Lightning fast. Speed. This guy's Batman. You see him take that gun away from him? That was so quick. That was on point. That easy. It's just like that.
Living
Wow.
in New York all my life. I've actually been robbed 2 different times. I've been putting out a series of review videos recently where some people perhaps don't want to see me succeed in this oversaturated market of review content. So I thought, what better idea than to go and get a good old self-defense lesson.
It does kind of look like a turtle. It does kind of remind me of a turtle,
I
just
just
a
came
little bit.
across Winners Club MMA. They have 1 star.
Facility is not sanitary. Don't waste your time.
Horrible instructor. Guy teaches bullshito to the max. This is absolute shit.
Bullshito.
Idea and a waste of my time. He haggled me from the street, convinced me to join his gym.
Okay, that doesn't sound great. I'm seeing a link to the website as well. I'm a paragraph. Click here to add your own text and edit me.
That's never a good start.
I like the sound of that. They're linked to a man named Master Jerry. This is perfect for me. So it looks like Master Jerry does it all. The reviews for the Winners Club, not so hot. We're gonna give them a second chance. Seems like it's gonna be pretty rigorous. I'm a little nervous, but let's see what he's all about. The master himself, Master Jerry. We just met with one of the senseis. He's not really aware of what's happening here today. He actually mentioned he's about to close the gym. So we're just gonna try to get in touch with Master Jerry. Oh shit, he's here. Where is he?
You
Right
should
there.
watch
There's
Cold
Master
as
Jerry. So
Balls
Master
by
Jerry's
Kevin
rolling up
Hart
right
on
now.
YouTube.
Oh, is that the documentary stuff?
Right, he made it.
Oh, no, the interviews.
How's it going? I'm Taji.
It's Grandmaster Jerry,
Master
chat.
Jerry? So nice to meet you.
Grandmaster. He's got a UFC jacket. Look at that. Look at the photos on the wall. Look at all the things he's achieved.
What I'm interested in is just kind of basic
see that?
self-defense, you know, like I've done videos on the internet, you know, some people might write comments, they might not be happy, you know, like, so maybe to be able to protect myself. How did
Somebody said he looks like a pervert.
you get into the mixed martial arts?
Me, I born with that. My mom told me I can't go to black belt.
Nice. Master Jerry and I had established our student-teacher relationship. We started with the basics.
1, 2, 3. Movies is an aside. Forget about movies. It's not gonna be like a movies. Sometimes they're gonna take time.
Gotcha.
Learn, and then tell me, Master Jerry, you're the best of the best. Martial arts gonna make you wise. What the brain not let you to do in life, this is because if you're not good with this. Tonight you're gonna sleep, tomorrow morning energy coming, and you're gonna be good. People have a pain, they can take a medicine. The martial arts is a medicine before pain. The way you walk, the way you talk, people recognize this guy, I'm not gonna mess with him. Control yourself, then you can control bullies.
Fuck the bullies.
But you can control the bully.
You're not bullying. You bully the
like I was
bullies, which
finally
doesn't
getting
make you a
ahead.
bully.
You behind? A lot. Are you gonna be good?
With the basics locked in, it felt like the right time to get Master Jerry's thoughts on his negative reviews. You know, we were reading some of your reviews and we saw someone mention, like, they called it bullshido.
No bullshit, Bushido.
Bushido?
Bushido,
But
the
no,
seconds.
but they wrote bullshido. Like,
Oh,
I think they were
by
trying to
mistake,
make a
okay.
joke. People call it talking shit.
Yeah.
You know, they're on the internet, like, behind their
Yeah,
computer
yeah,
writing
yeah,
kind of,
yeah,
you know, like,
yeah.
negative comments. How do you deal with that?
A piece of cake.
Oh.
I want to ask you something. You see flower, you see dirt over here. I don't want to use
Right.
the words in the bathroom. When are you going to take your family to where
Right.
to watch? Pay
Okay.
attention. You know how many beautiful things? Why should I spend time in 1 second for the dirt?
I believe you.
You don't believe also. There's also a problem to believe.
So I shouldn't believe you.
You shouldn't believe. Test.
Test you first.
Test.
Well, what can we do right now, you think, where will make me...
Jesus
believe
Christ,
you and I
he's
can test
very
you?
intense character, isn't he?
You're going to test me?
You know what's crazy? He wasn't talking complete shit just then. Can I get a true in the chat? That wasn't complete shit. What he was basically saying, what are you going to waste your time doing? Reading negative, terrible reviews about yourself? Or are you going to look at the flower, which is like the positives of yourself? And then he said, you know, instead of believing me, why don't you test me? It wasn't, he said it in a very different way, but that's pretty, I'll be his translator. Hi, I'm Cray. I'll be your translator for today. I can translate crazy. I don't know why, it's just an ability.
Boom! To the balls. Now so much you're gonna have a pain, you're not gonna have a time for this.
Am I a dirtbag in a fight, chat? That if somebody was about to fight Baz, right? Oh, hang on one second.
Cray. You need and I mean need to watch
Right.
this trailer called The Guilty.
Gotcha. I'll check it out after this. If Baz was about to get in a fight, right? I'd come up and I would kick the other guy in the nuts straight away, immediately. Am I a bad guy? Boom! Straight to the nuts. Straight away. Straight away. No hesitation. Boom! Straight to the nuts. Straight away. I'll punch his dick. Dick punch. Backhand. And then I jump on his back. Ah! I bite his fucking ear off. I bite. I elbow him. Cheap shot. Exactly. Is it bad in a street fight to do cheap shots? Is it bad? I reckon it's the streets. Maybe don't start a fight and you won't lose your nuts. Yeah, dick twist.
You can't clean the bathroom without get rid of the door. This door. Move yourself from the door. Yes!
You have the personality of a soggy cardboard. Oh, okay, all right.
You see what happened? See the break, the finger break. Boom!
What the fuck?
Go away from me, go away from me. Boom, boom, boom. You know how many people can write about you? Who cares?
So true.
Clean the bathroom.
Thank you, Sensei.
Without get rid of the door.
Thank you so much, Sensei.
I forgot one thing.
It's dead.
If you're gonna let to the fear, you're gonna pay attention to the fear, all the dirt, negative, you brave. You're brave.
Thank you. Look, he's a changed man out in the new world.
At first, I was definitely a bit nervous and put off by Master Jerry's dominant presence. However, once he began the lesson, I appreciated the big picture plan he had laid out for me. Master Jerry was not going to stand there and bullshit me with empty promises. He explained how much time it takes, how the mind must develop, and how it is a way of living. This isn't the movies, and there are no shortcuts when it comes to the martial arts. When I questioned the negative backlash from online reviews, he was quick to dismiss them. He is someone that does not acknowledge the negatives in life, only the positives. He is not only strong physically, but he is also strong mentally. I appreciate this elevated way of thinking.
Mike
He
Tyson
refuses
bit
to be
someone's
bullied.
ear
He
off
may
in a
be a
professional
misunderstood
fight.
character,
I
but I
think
actually
the kick
found
to
him
the
to be
nuts
quite
is okay.
inspiring.
I
He
think
taught
so
me that I was
too,
my
Koosh.
own
I'm with
person,
you.
and It is up to me to not be
I'm with you, dude.
Thank you, Master Jerry.
4 stars. Somebody sent in this link, chat. They said it's a new show called The Guilty.
911, this is emergency operator 625. I've just been robbed.
I love Jake Gyllenhaal! I love this motherfucker. God, he's great.
Okay, sir, I need to know where you are. Last name?
Is this the fire department?
No, ma'am, you've reached 911, but I can connect you to fire. Just hold the line. What does she look like?
She was tall, pink hair, in heels. Hey, man, can you tell me how long it's gonna take?
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Chat, is this really where 911 operators sit? Like in front of these kind of screens and stuff?
I just want to talk to you.
Okay, I'm hanging up.
I'm just up for a drive, sweetie, okay?
Is there someone with you?
Uh-huh.
Does the person you're with know you called us?
No.
What do they think you called? Your child?
Yes, sweetie.
Does the person you're with have a weapon?
Yes.
I need the color of the car, okay? When I say the right one, say it's fine. Red? White?
It's fine.
Is it a car?
No, man.
What? No, just yes or no. Just yes or no answers, Emily.
I'm sorry, I have to hang up.
Give me the phone right now.
I'm gonna die.
I have a woman who's been abducted.
Goosebumps, bro.
What are we
Oh,
looking
shit.
for? A white van.
That's not enough.
Come on! I just talked to your mommy. She's gonna be okay.
Oh, shit.
You promise?
I promise.
Goosebumps all... Writer of True Detective!
To fire weather.
There is a scared little girl whose mother has been abducted.
I need a better location.
I'll get it.
How will you get it?
I know Emily is with you. Where are you going? What's going on?
Oh my god. Really, PD? We need medical immediately.
What's going on? Whoa. Have your seatbelt on?
No.
Is Henry?
Mom. No.
Put yours on. Now listen. I need you to pull the handbrake hard. Pull it.
Fuck yeah, whoever just sent that in, you're a legend. Oh my god. Rated R, language throughout. He's gonna fucking kill me. Rated R! Did she just say fucking? Ah! Rated R! Get her out of here! Oh my god. That was fucking cool. That's going to be awesome. Thank you for sending that in. Oh, is it based off a movie? There's already been a movie and now it's going to be a show? Oh yeah, the Danish original is phenomenal. Let's see how this is. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal, however you say it, geez. Listen, he'll do amazing, okay? Okay, don't you ever disrespect his name. Probably one of my favorite, favorite actors, Jake, I reckon. Wait, have we seen this one? I got a tattoo from one of Yelp's worst rated tattoo parlors.
What's going on? It won't go in there?
No, that's alright. Just whatever. The tube's loose.
It's all good now, though?
You hope so, right?
Whatever. Today we're living in a digital age
Awkward.
where
Fuck, I'm gonna make a cup of
anyone can
coffee, chat.
review practically anything.
Chat, do you like watching these videos, yay or nay, or do you want memes?
At an
Which one do you
all-time
like?
high, and the reviews are at an all-time low. People in general are can be, you know, rude. We're gonna visit these one-star review spots and see if in fact they are as shitty as the internet makes them out to seem, or if they're just misunderstood. So welcome to one-star reviews. Today we're starting with the tattoo. So in general, I'm seeing very high ratings for tattoo parlors. Let's go to page 13.
Went in way too deep with needles. Severe scar tissue underneath.
I don't actually want to physically get injured, so I think we're gonna dodge this place. Just gonna go ahead and sort by lowest rated. All right, Fat Cat Tattoo.
Warning, gross.
Nate destroyed my tattoo.
I told him it looked like shit.
Go to hell, Nate. Total garbage.
Nate is horrible.
Stay far, far away.
Told me he wasn't a college graduate, so couldn't take responsibility for misspelling a word like remember.
All right, so the Fat Cat has a lot of negative reviews, in particular targeted towards this guy, Nate. I think for the sake of the show,
Names?
it's in my
Fair.
best interest to go get a tattoo from Nate and hopefully prove
He
the internet
misspelled
wrong.
remember.
I'm gonna do the sacred ritual of the one-star review.
You reckon Vines are better than memes? Oh, is he smoking? Oh, no, wait, sorry.
Exactly what tattoo I want, much thought, but I am a fan of the beach. I like surfing, I like nature, so I'm thinking that it's
I was about to say, man, he's getting high before he does it. What the fuck?
of all three. Thank you so much. We're looking for Nate.
Yes, how are you?
Are you Nate?
Yeah.
I'm Taji, nice to meet you.
What can I help you with?
I'm interested in getting a tattoo,
All right.
and I have a couple initial ideas.
Okay. Some
This
books
is
right
really
there.
nice.
Yeah, it says under the boat. They put them in the boat.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
How many fish you got?
There's two.
Nice. Whoa, what is this thing?
Stingray.
Little baby stingray, or is that a full size?
No, it's a little tiny guy. You can follow your finger around.
Having a staring contest right now.
No.
What do you want to do, you know?
I kind of like this kind of look. It's like a guy catching an air on a surfboard. For our purposes, maybe we'll do our own variation.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Lighthouse, sun, your wave, beach, grass. You know what I mean?
That's pretty dope. I like the idea. Maybe we
What the
lose
fuck?
the lighthouse
Yeah,
potentially. I like that there's a bird flying by too. How do you feel about birds?
Yeah, birds are cool. They fly. Yeah, seagull.
Yeah, birds are cool. They fly. Seagull. What?
Maybe the
Your
sun.
world. Whatever you want.
Thanks, man.
Whatever you want,
Luckily,
whatever you
I'm
want.
not the most
Whatever you want, forget about it. We'll do it, huh?
Just a little
Forget
particular.
about it.
Not too crazy.
Whatever
Kinda
you want,
loose.
forget about it.
Well, they start off loose, and I'll tighten it up and tighten it up.
Maybe like there'll be one kind of main wave that he kind of caught. Not to be a pain in the ass or anything. I don't know if there's like a way to just stress a little more that it's like one particular. And is there a way the sun almost to be kind of like bleeding through the sky, like just like a little lost at sea? It seems like the smell of colorful pencil. That brings me back. Kind of messy and sprayy. I like it. I like it. And maybe if those reflected almost on this style, spirally almost. Oh, got it. So sorry, I was looking at it sideways.
It gives you an idea, just an idea.
Yeah.
Cool?
No, I think that's, yeah. Do we shake on it or we?
That looks fucking horrendous. Anyway, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Chad? Is Is that really what he came up with?
Yeah, whatever. You're gonna sign your life away now.
Chat, would you like to watch murder investigation videos today?
Cool.
I would, like JCS and shit. I love those
Show
videos.
up at your house in the middle of the night.
Excellent.
I'm kind of chilling today anyway, so like something a bit more serious where we can actually chat would be cool.
I was finally ready to get it off.
Anyone got a really good one?
As well as get to the bottom of some of these shitty reviews. Take it away, Neat.
Good to see you got a fresh needle there.
There's the other channel. What is
Relax,
it like?
Hang out, slow deep breath. I think you're giving birth. How's that okay?
I think I've seen them all.
I noticed
I've seen them all.
negative reviews on the internet in regards to you.
I think I've seen every single one.
That's not really the vibe I'm getting so far, so I'm just wondering what's going on with that.
Awesome. I had a pretty bad past few years, personally. I was very stressed out. I was super not there. I was somewhere else. You know, I'd snap on somebody, you know what I mean? Or not show up. Most of the time, I wouldn't show up. You can do anything for 10 years, do great. And then the one time you mess it, you're not there, you screw something up. Everyone remembers that.
I feel like this guy is doing a terrible tattoo. Am I the only one who feels like just by watching him, it looks like he's not doing anything good? Am I the only one who just thinks that you can
This
tell?
one is kinda long but really good.
Amazon review killer, what the fuck?
And go about their merry way.
People have referred to me as like awkward, disrespectful.
Is this
People
okay
I've,
to watch
like,
on stream?
Interviewed, even though I actually like was really admiring them. And
Do you know?
it was
Who
just
donated that?
Shirt.
Mango, do you know if that's
Yeah,
okay to watch on stream?
Disrespectful shirt. But I don't really, take them to heart.
You're responsible for someone else's life, like my kids.
I'm pretty sure it is. There's no like murder,
You got no choice.
like murder footage or anything.
They try to hold on to everything. They try to hold on. And
We've seen Chris Watts and we've seen Jennifer's solution
my
too.
negative reviews came strictly directly from me. I did it. I know what I did. I built this place up and I knocked it down. But I'm not, I'm gonna work and get it back.
So you're feeling better today?
Yeah.
How long
Better
have
hope
you?
so.
Oh, true. Sorry.
All right, man. There's your surfer.
I like it.
Happy with it? You like it?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's got like a whole airbrush kind of feel to it. It's basically all I could ever ask for in a tattoo. And more.
Mate, what the fuck is that?
The internet does not seem to be a place where...
Hey, you got to give this guy a round of applause for committing to getting a tattoo from the worst reviewed tattoo place for a YouTube video.
It ain't 18 plus,
you know what I mean?
so I'm pretty sure it's
Second
good.
chances are granted often.
Let's check it out. The disturbing case of the Amazon killer.
All right, this is where we're at, Mr. Collette. While we were here, all right?
Wait, what did that warning just say?
This is where we're at, Mr. Collette.
And information contained in this presentation is provided for entertainment purposes. Okay, all footage marked as actual. Okay.
While we were here, all right, my sergeant served a search warrant on your property.
Right.
Okay? We have Kayla. Excuse me? We have Kayla in your property. She was locked in a container. Okay?
Let me see something.
She has told us that you shot and killed Charlie. Okay?
As long as there's no actual footage of any of that, we're okay. What's this here? Wow, they have photos of everything. Wow, this is going to be... If we can watch this, this is...
Who did?
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God, there's footage of everything, dude. Wow, this is crazy. If we can watch this on stream, which I think we can. I think this is okay to watch. Wow, this is going to be fucked. Wow, I think we can watch it. I don't see any violence. I see no blood. I see nothing. I see no violence. I see no blood. As long as there's no violence and no blood, it's you're allowed to watch sensitive material on. Yeah, you're allowed to. Yeah. Wow. But there's a lot of real photos of like where these kids were kept and shit. Holy fuck. This is going to be intense. There is blood in it. When, Jasper? Can you send me the timestamp? Is that a Dev emote, Eden, of Dev giving the finger? Do you know if there's... can you guys look at a timestamp for me, chat, just to check it? The title of the video is The Disturbing Case of the Amazon Review Killer. There's blood at 4:20 and 6:09. Okay, dude. Here, chat. Here's the link if you want the link. If you guys could check for blood. I don't think there is. There can be blood. It can't be violent, if that makes sense. Like, looks like that's where she gets found here. See, she gets found here. Do I risk it? Looks like there's a lot of interrogation footage. What is that? No, it looks pretty safe. Looks pretty safe. Nothing that's, you know, that we haven't seen on JCS, you know. Can I get an amen? It looks pretty... As long as there's no full-blown violence, you're allowed to watch it. I mean, there's some shocking, scary footage. I will warn you about that. From what I'm seeing, there's actual footage of them finding a girl with a chain wrapped around her neck. And it looks like she's been kept in a trailer. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, chat, but I'm warning you, mature shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Can I get an amen? You're gonna, you know? Yeah, true, Blobby, true.
Alright,
you're gonna see some real shit. It looks like...
While we were here, alright, my sergeant served a search warrant on your property. Okay? We have Kayla. Excuse me? We have Kayla in your property. She was locked in a container.
Jesus Christ.
She has told us that you shot and killed Charlie. Okay, so at this time I'm going to need you to stand up and put your hands behind your back.
He's already handcuffed.
Okay. You're under arrest right now for kidnapping.
It's crazy that, yeah.
What's up, Woo crew? It's the Raven, here to share another shocking, interesting, or just strange, but very true story with you. This is Todd Kohlhepp. Between 2003 and 2016, he murdered at least 7 people in South Carolina. And his story is one of the most bizarre I've ever heard.
7?
What you're seeing is Todd's taped confession. And less than a minute in, he says this.
I just think it's kind of funny.
Kill 7 people 1 minute into the investigation. He says, I think it's kind of funny. Oh my God, dude.
What? At the ending of all this,
Right.
you've helped us me get back with my mom.
Right.
And I'm helping you solve a problem that just cleans the books up.
You see, Todd agreed to tell the truth about his crimes in exchange for a few things.
Right.
First, he wanted to talk to his mother and give her a photograph. And second, he wanted to transfer money to the college fund of a friend's child.
There's probably not a lot we're going to be able to do for you. I know. Giving you a clear conscience is one of the only things we can... Honestly, I'm not worried about my conscience. You gave me what I wanted. What I wanted was to have the opportunity to take care of my mom, whether my girlfriend accepts it or not, to at least attempt to take care of her and her kid.
Do you still want me to reach out and talk? I have not yet, but do you still want me to reach out and talk to her
to see if she wants to come see you or talk to you.
Imagine finding out your boyfriend or girlfriend murdered 7 people and you didn't know about it. Imagine, chat, imagine.
I can't fix it.
Yikes.
You'll notice he seems pretty friendly and gregarious on the outside, and the more I learned about this case, the more I realized that's kind of his whole persona. You see, if there was one word that I could use to describe Todd, it's cocky. He likes getting his way and receiving praise for his actions. In fact, many people theorize that the only victim who managed to escape Todd with her life realized this very personality trait and used it to stay alive until help could arrive. Her name is Kayla Brown. On August 31st, 2016, 30-year-old Kayla and her 32-year-old boyfriend Charles David Carver went missing. They just decided to move in together after a few months of dating, and in order to start building their new life together, the pair was looking to pick up some extra work on the side. Kayla goes, "Oh, I know the perfect job. There's this guy, a real estate broker who I met through one of my exes a few years back. I'm sure he'll have something for me." And he did. Todd was a very successful man in the area after all, and he put Kayla to work cleaning houses for his listings. She was stoked to have the additional income, and the deal only got sweeter when Todd said he had a job that both she and Charles could take on together. This time, it was clearing brush at his own 95-acre property, which was only about 8 miles away from his actual residence. When Kayla and Charles arrived, Todd simply instructed them to wait outside while he went into a garage on the grounds to get something.
Comes out with like a shotgun.
As they stood alone in the creeping silence, neither one had any idea that these few quiet moments out in the middle of nowhere were the last they'd ever spend together. Over the next few days, the couple's loved ones started to grow concerned. Kayla's friend knew something was off when all her calls and texts went unanswered. But even when she visited Kayla's home and left notes on her car, there was no response. Charles was very close with his mother, and they talked every day, so when she stopped hearing from him after August 31st, she quickly reported him missing. Soon enough, the couple's apartment was checked, and although...
I hate seeing how cheerful this fellow seems. You know, I don't know if it's the photos they're choosing, but...
they were nowhere to be seen. Their poor dog was inside all alone without any food or water. This just wasn't like...
Seems like someone I'd get along with so far, you know what I mean?
Seriously wrong. But even when the two were reported missing, there
like
was
the guy on the
virtually
right
no
seems
trace
like
of
someone
where they
at
could
like...
have vanished. And then something really weird happened. Charles posted on Facebook. That's right. All of a sudden, just like nothing had even happened, Charles was back on social media with posts informing his friends that he and Kayla were expecting a child, that they had bought a house together, and that they were now married. He apparently also shared out-of-character posts about...
Where is Kayla? Who the fuck are you to question me about my girlfriend? The cops are looking for you, asshole.
Digging holes, sword violence for some bizarre reason, and chillingly the final lyrics to the Eagles song Hotel California, which finishes...
Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man. We are programmed to receive. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. He shared strange posts like, I wonder if I said hello, how many people would say it back? Let's try it. Hello. What color ribbon supports the cure for people who can't keep their nose out of other people's business? And sometimes late at night I dig a hole in the backyard to keep my nosy neighbors guessing. These all seem to be aimed towards deliberately provoking Charles's friends.
You know what's really scary? Sarah Melissa Smith, right, says, is that what you did to Kayla and the real Charlie? And it is, I think.
Neighbors guessing.
Monka, dude.
These all seem to be aimed towards deliberately provoking Charles's friends. And on this last post, people commented, is that what you did to Kayla and the real
That's
Charlie?
what I said!
And are you hinting at what you did with them? To make things even weirder, Charles's account was sharing and liking the missing persons pages set up by the couple's families.
What the
Even
fuck?
promoting a fundraiser that hoped to hire a private investigator to look into the disappearances. None of this sat right with, well, anyone. The grammatically incorrect and mean-spirited post didn't sound like Charles at all. Not to mention the real Charles was barely ever active on Facebook before all these sudden posts. The account at one point even posted an old picture of the couple captioned, "We're fine," which was soon deleted. On October 1st, a concerned friend commented, "Where the hell is Kayla Brown?" To which Charles's account responded, "Kayla is with her husband Charlie. Why can't she have any..."
That is so scary. Dude, I just got goosebumps.
Contact with us. And who is this? She doesn't want to. I don't believe that. I know Kayla. She's not going to just run away from everyone. You or her should at least let someone know she's alive. The people that need to know that we are okay know that. If you look at the timestamps on these comments, they're only minutes apart. Whoever was replying wasn't even taking the time to carefully think out these cryptic responses. One friend shared that they were sent a disturbing message from the account reading, "I'm just missing to everyone else. We are both okay. There's only one person that knows where we are, the person that means the most to me and Kayla. She knows where we are, and we are coming that way forever." Well, as you can probably guess, this wasn't Charles using his account at all. It was Todd trying to throw people off his trail, buy himself some time, or maybe, just maybe, he was doing this
Everyone
purely
spit.
for the fun of it. Like a little performance he got to put on.
Yikes,
And the
yeah,
further we dive into
seriously.
his
What an
life, the more you'll see
egotistical,
that Todd
cocky
definitely
asshole.
cares a lot
What an
about having
absolute
all the
lunatic.
attention on him.
Literally
But now,
getting
let's
off
go
on the
back to what
power,
really
you know what I
happened
mean?
that
Like,
last
so
day of August
weird.
when Charles and Kayla showed up on the property. After going inside, Todd had suddenly reemerged from the door, but the friendly facade that he was known for in town had completely drained. Now he was dead serious, and as Kayla and Charles looked down, their hearts sank at the realization that he was holding a gun. Before they even had time to process what was happening, scream for help, or run, Kayla says that 3 bullets were fired, right into Charles's chest.
Poor Charles, man. Rest in peace, brother. Fucking hell, that sucks. So sudden, poor guy. Imagine your life just...
Kayla's whole world screeched to a halt, and she could do nothing but watch. She knew in this moment she was trapped, all alone on the expansive property of an unpredictable killer, one who absolutely nobody in town would ever suspect to be hiding such a horrible secret. She was utterly silent and still from shock as Todd grabbed her, placed her in handcuffs, and then led her inside of a dark metal shipping container.
That's the actual photo. Holy shit, chat. That's the actual metal container where she was kept.
This would become
Poor
her
thing.
prison. She was chained by the neck, ankles, and hands and would spend all
Actual
day
photo.
inside the box, except for 1 to 3 p.m. and 5 to 7 p.m. At those times each day, like clockwork, Todd would come retrieve her, bring her inside of a 2-story garage on the property, and force her to perform sexual acts. She would be fed, allowed to use the bathroom once, and given a small container of water to
fucking
clean herself.
absolute rat.
She looked for any opportunities to escape, but they never came.
Oh my god, look at the chains next to the bed. God, it makes your blood boil. Fuck.
Kayla, time was running out. This was the hell she lived in while authorities were trying to piece together the puzzle of where she and Charles had disappeared to. All the while, Todd's posts on his own Facebook account were getting weirder and weirder, and looking back, his strange and cynical words are very telling. He had some generally questionable posts like this one from September 15th, 2 weeks after Kayla and Charlie went missing. Reading the news, this person is missing, that person is missing, another person is missing. Oh wait, that person just went to the beach with a friend. Another person found with her parole violation boyfriend. In the event I become missing, please note no one would take me. I eat too much and I'm crabby, they would just bring me back. On September 26th, he once again took to Facebook to rant. In my family, you get backhanded for talking back or being disrespectful. Wonder what the punishment would have been if I had looted, burned cop cars, and threw stuff at people. When I messed up, Mom beat my ass.
What about for killing someone? You psycho. You fucking freak. You know what I mean, chat? They're so deluded. This is what I mean when I say, like, you know when I was going on that murderers are dumbasses and I fucking hate them and stuff like that? They're so deluded. They're so stupid. All of them. Every single one. They're all fucking morons. They're all absolute idiots. I understand that they can be clever in their murder, but they're just, like, Charles Manson is a fucking moron. You know what I mean? Watch any of his interviews. He sounds like this fucking loser. You know, they just sound like absolute off-hinged idiots, you know?
Stepfather beat my ass when he got home.
Grinds my
Next
gears,
time I went
man.
to my grandparents, I got my ass beat. You just didn't act up. These kids and adults just don't know. Damn shame, too. They might learn to appreciate if they did. Needless to say, the hypocrisy of this post is pretty ironic considering all the terrible things Todd's done in his life.
Exactly, thank
On
you.
September 30th, he posted, "Just admit it, you look at the news, you see the political crap and the school shootings and just general WTH is going on. Zombie apocalypse is starting to look better and better every day." On November 3rd, he shared a post that really shows just how quick his fuse was, how he viewed almost every interaction through an angry lens, and really how much he loathed others, or maybe just felt better than everyone else. We need Ebola to come as a huge snowstorm, wipe out half the population, then melt away. Just tired of entitlement.
You would be one of the people who died to such a disease, you fucking moron. What makes you think you're gonna survive? Can I get no megalol in the chat? Dude looks like he's never fucking ran in his life. Oh, sorry, I'm getting angry. Sorry.
Rude-ass people for no reason. People who race to cut in front of you to slam on
What
the
are you
brakes
talking
to make
about?
right turns. And that mother that stands
You've
in the
never
aisle at the
been in a
grocery
gym and
store,
you think...
dude, you know who you
It's like when... I'm gonna say it. It's like when some motherfuckers, they go on about their immune systems defeating COVID or defeating the flu or doing this, doing that. Look, I'm not gonna, you know... If you get the vaccine, it's up to you and stuff like that. But I want you to know, if you're not an like avid gym goer and you're not, your immune system's dog shit. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yay or nay if you know where Cray's coming from. It's like, all these people go on like, man, it's my immune system. Like, yeah, you can say that if you're like a fit person and you know, you're fit, you eat well. If you're having fast food every day, shut up. You know what I mean?
You are. That blocks the
sorry,
eye,
man.
checking out the microbrews and
I'm
blocking
sorry,
everyone on
that's
their way
just
to their
facts.
Michelob.
Me? I could go on about my immune system. Look at me. You can't. You can say that's cocky, whatever. You can't.
Move.
You know what I'm saying?
Notice how incredibly furious
Watch
Todd
him, watch him,
gets
watch
when
him.
he feels.
Oh yeah, sorry, I have asthma. I'd be dead in a day. I forgot I had asthma. Actually, I need my asthma spray. Standing up just then too quickly legitimately took it out of me. Where's my asthma spray? Fuck me, yeah, I'd be dead.
Slighted by random strangers. Remember this because it will become extremely important later on. But despite Todd's obvious temper on
Gyms are closed, Beefy. I'm looking really small, dude. I've lost weight too.
It wasn't until authorities got a search warrant to access Kayla's Facebook account that the picture would come together all at once. Investigators began searching the online profile for clues, and that's when they saw conversations between Kayla and Charlie about the job on Todd's property on August 31st.
Got him!
Now police knew what they were doing on that crucial last day, and when they went to trace the pair's phones, their worst fears were confirmed. Neither Kayla nor Charles had ever left the area of Todd's property. Police now knew exactly what they had to do, but not one person was fully prepared for what they might find. At about 8 a.m. on November 3rd, one group of investigators went to Todd's house, where they spoke for a while with the man, both sides remaining a bit guarded, unsure what the other side was hiding. As Todd was questioned about what he knew concerning the missing couple, Kayla and Charlie, he didn't know that another team of investigators was simultaneously arriving at his 95-acre property a few miles away to scour it for evidence. However, at this time, the authorities who were with him did reveal to Todd that they knew the cell phones of the missing persons had last pinged on his property. Todd responded, "You're trying to find the girl." The detective corrected him that they were looking for both her and her boyfriend. Guess Todd slipped up there, as he was the only one who knew Charlie was already gone.
We have a search warrant, okay? In your car, okay? We are mainly looking for your cell phone, okay? Well, me and at least him need to go in with you.
Meanwhile, not long after arriving on Todd's expansive rural land, the other team of deputies drove down its long gravel road and came upon the two-story garage. When they went inside, they were immediately concerned to see that the makeshift living space was adorned by shackles. But then they came upon the thing that fully stopped them in their tracks. In the bathroom, inside of a lone wastebasket, was a pile of hair clippings, reddish-brown in color. They warily headed back outside to continue the search, but as the investigators came across Todd's looming shipping container and went to take a closer look, they were suddenly chilled to the bone by a strange noise. Someone was banging on the walls from the inside, and they were screaming desperately for help. In that moment, the whole atmosphere changed. Deputies rushed to open the doors, but the container was tightly sealed shut by 5 heavy padlocks. This unforgettable video captured the few tense minutes where everyone held their breath, as a few men cut and pry open the locks, and then, finally, they were in.
We are legitimately watching someone get rescued.
Watch out. Y'all move.
The dark box was littered with supplies and crime novels, and in the very back, chained to the wall by her neck, sat a despondent Kayla. On top of the dog bed she'd been made to sleep on for the past 2 months, barely able to move as her restraints had forced her to stay sitting up almost all the time during her captivity. The investigators try their best to console Kayla as they get bolt cutters to set her free.
Just a girl. How are you, honey? This is bolt cutters. This is our investigator. He's a paramedic, sweetheart. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to get you out of there, okay?
Look at the poor thing. Fuck my life.
I need a handcuff key. Handcuff key. I got it right here. Hold up. Don't slide back. Hold on. He's got a light. We got to let him take photographs. Randy, let me see your light, Randy. You can put your hands down, sweetheart. You're okay. We're here, okay?
But despite the extended trauma Kayla had just endured, her immediate response to being rescued was clear, coherent, and calmer than anyone could have expected. Her strength in this footage is beyond admirable.
Do you know where your buddy is?
Charlie?
Yes.
He shot him.
He shot him?
Who
did? Who?
Todd Colehep shot Charlie Carver 3 times in the chest, wrapped him in a blue tarp, put him in the bucket of the tractor, locked me down here, and I never seen him again.
Okay.
He says he's dead and buried. He says there's several bodies dead and buried out here, and he says that the dogs will be ruined if they go looking because there's red pepper.
We're going to step you out, sweet. Because there's what?
Red pepper.
Okay. Tell the dog people that.
He says
No,
there's pepper everywhere around the car. The car's supposedly in a ravine in the back of the land.
Okay.
Oh my god, round of applause for this young woman's strength. Holy shit. Just boom, information, just bang, 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 bang. Like vital information for the cops. Like vital. Just boom, 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 boom. Stronger than me, I tell you that, this young woman. 10 times stronger than how I would have been.
The investigators at Todd's house were alerted of the shocking discovery, and they quickly confronted Colehep, letting him know the jig was up. They had Kayla, and there was no weaseling his way out of it now.
All right, this is where we're at, Mr. Colehep.
Oh, I love that they got this fucking son of a bitch. God, I'm so happy they fucking got him. You know what I mean? Fuck you.
Well, we were here.
Such a cocky, narcissistic little rat as well.
Search warrant on your property. Okay? We have Kayla. Excuse me? We have Kayla.
You heard him. GG, idiot.
Property.
You lose. Haha.
She was
GG.
locked in a container. Okay? She has told us that you shot and killed Charlie. Okay? So at this time, I'm going to need you to stand up and put your hands behind your back. He's already handcuffed.
They know you lose. GG,
You're
idiot.
under arrest right now for
Oh, I'm
kidnapping.
so happy he gets fucking clapped like
All right,
this.
they're continue to search
Hey,
for
Cray.
your property.
Been a while
Hey, Hacks.
It's going to continue.
Hope you're doing
They
well.
got cadaver dogs
Thoughts
down
on
there.
GTA RP
Okay?
with
If you want to
Vods?
help yourself,
GTA
tell me
RP
where
is just
Charlie's
not
at,
really for me, dude.
so we can go find his body.
Yeah. At least I don't think it would be.
That's pretty much where we're at right now. Okay. Do you want to help yourself and tell me where the body's at so we can go recover Charlie's body?
No, sir.
You don't want to?
No, sir.
Okay. Why'd you shoot him?
I didn't shoot anybody, sir.
Okay, why'd you lock her in a container in your property?
I was talking
She's on your property right now, locked in a container. They just got her out of they called it a specific name. Connex box. She was locked in a container in a Connex box. They got her. We have investigators. We have like 20 investigators on your property right now.
Okay.
And they have found her in the Connex box. So she never left your property. Okay, you locked her in the Connex box, and she has told investigators that you shot and killed Charlie. Okay, so I'm trying to give you an opportunity to help yourself and help us, help you find this body. Because she's saying Charlie's body, you
Fuck,
buried
I just got
Charlie's
so,
body in
I'm
that
so
property.
into this, dude. I'm so immersed in this shit. Fuck. I just
So
forgot
you're
I was
saying you didn't
streaming
lock
for a
her
second.
up,
I was getting
you
so
didn't
into that.
put her in a Connex box or anything?
I'm going to need an attorney.
Chat Charlie is her boyfriend.
Probably a good thing. Go ahead and put
The
it.
red pepper was put on the property to keep the dogs from catching a scent. I think.
Oh, the red pepper is more so when the dogs go to sniff the ground, they sniff red pepper and it burns their noses. You know, it's not so much about the scent, it's about actually harming the dogs.
In the back of your car. Sir.
Imagine you put pepper, imagine breathing in pepper, it'd burn the poor nose's dog, so then the dog doesn't want to get a scent. So you are right, it does stop them from getting a scent and searching, but it also hurts the dog because it's red pepper. It comes in this big, like, have you guys ever seen, like, the red pepper stuff that Have you ever seen red pepper? It's very like fine. And if you put it on food, you can like smear it everywhere. So he's just gone out in the bush and he's just done this with the red pepper.
Hi Cray,
everywhere.
love your streams.
And
It's
laid
my
it all
birthday
out.
today and wouldn't want to spend it any other way. Thanks for all the laughs
He means
and
that
helping
he
me in my
grinded up.
tougher
He
times.
grinded up the red pepper. It's not like chunks of it. It's the little ground pepper, you know. And he's gone and done this all on the leaves and stuff. Matthew with $50. Thanks for all the laugh and helping me through my tougher times. Well, I'm sorry that we're not really laughing today and we're watching serious videos, but yeah, thank you so much for the love, dude. Thank you for the $50. Can I get a stay Cray in the chat?
This clip,
Thank
Todd
you. That's a
seems
lot of
almost
money,
frozen
man.
by disbelief,
Thank you.
like he never thought he'd actually get caught. Authorities soon discovered Charlie's car also on the property, which Todd had spray painted and covered in debris in order to conceal it. It's kind of weird to me that Todd seems to consider himself a criminal mastermind and thought out all these ways to keep his dirty deeds secret, but he didn't even seem to consider the possibility that authorities could ping the victims' phones and find him that way. One sergeant would later say that he feels Todd wanted to get caught so he could have an audience and tell people about his awful crimes. I might have to agree. As she rode in the ambulance, Kayla
No. I disagree. I think he's just an idiot.
Feel more heartbreaking details of her
That's
time
how I
trapped
feel.
with Todd. One of the things I found most disgusting was the harrowing way she described the sexual assaults.
I so want to mess his ugly face up.
I don't think you guys should listen to this bit, but I will and I'll tell you, okay? She's just saying most of the time she'd do whatever he wanted. She's crying, poor thing. She's in tears. If she just said if he wow, what the fuck? Yikes. So he pretty much told her that he didn't believe in the R word. You know the word but then if she didn't do stuff, he would kill her. But he wouldn't force himself on her, but if she didn't do anything, he would kill her.
Most evil things I could ever imagine. Not only did he do unspeakable.
Yeah, I don't think I can show any of this sexual shit. One sec. Yeah, sorry, chat. You shouldn't listen to this bit. Yuck. Oh, yikes.
I really don't know where the whole killing people for the government thing.
Yeah, he started making up all this bullshit.
But I'd guess it was just a fabrication Todd made up just for the sake of attention. So this was the big case that finally put Todd Kohlhepp behind bars. But as authorities continued speaking with him, they would discover that the rabbit hole of Todd's life was far deeper and darker.
R word, still got no clue? Yeah, I'm not saying the word. I'll let you figure out what the R word means in relation to sexual assault. Come on, chat. Come on. You're not going to bait me into saying it. Come on, chat.
Ever imagined. First of all, shortly after being taken into custody, Todd would lead police to a site on his property where 2 more corpses were found. Authorities were shocked to unearth Johnny Coxey and his wife, Megan McGraw Coxey, a young couple who had been missing since December 2015.
Oh my God.
Autopsies revealed that Megan died from a gunshot wound to the head while her husband received a fatal wound to the torso. To make matters even worse, while it was determined that Johnny had been killed immediately, Megan had been kept alive for 6 days before Todd brutally murdered her on Christmas. Upon further research, it appears Megan and Johnny had just been released from jail shortly before they went missing, and with various sources reporting that they had a history of panhandling and that their baby tested positive for heroin, you kind of get the feeling that Todd specifically preyed upon people he knew were at a bad place in life, and particularly vulnerable. Now, Megan and Johnny may have had problems of their own, but of course, when Todd told the story of how they died, he framed it in a way that made him look like the good guy in the situation. Well, sort of. Todd gave investigators this play-by-play in his confession.
You picked them up at Blackstock, and you know what? You picked them up at Blackstock and Regal Road, I think you said, and then that's, well, okay, let's start. I met her there. Okay. Got her number. We talked on the phone for a brief moment. Okay. Then I met them later on at that next to Ricky's Hot Dogs, big huge parking lot. They walked across and spoke to me there. Okay. I almost thought she was going to hit on me to actually, come on, shove the $90,000 in our car. But that's not what I was there for. I got you. I'm going to tell you, our meeting looked shady as shit. I understand. I mean, I got you because you show up with that. In that parking lot? Yeah, and her, kind of the way she was. I understand what you're talking about. Basically offered her the job, offered to let him go in and come work as well. The next day, this was over several days. The next day, she was in the paper, mug shots. I guess you guys had arrested her for meth or some hair, I don't know. Something was in her bloodstream, and you took her kids away. Okay. I asked her about it, and she informed me that, yeah, she had drug issues, and with that. Okay. I still was going to give him a chance. You know.
Give him a chance. You shot them both. You killed them both.
Happens to people. It's hard. I get it. And I picked them up, and I drove them to my Land of It Kids Supplies, and got them down to my building, and that's when Johnny pulled a knife out, and
you shot.
I shot.
What did you do with his knife?
I don't know. I don't keep that kind of crap.
You just threw it out?
Yeah, I got thrown out.
Okay. What did she do when you shot Johnny? What did she do when Johnny pulled the knife out? What did she say?
Nothing.
So you think she was in on the planning of this?
I think she entirely was in the plan of it.
Okay.
There was no, oh shit.
Yeah.
Johnny, what are you doing? There was none of that. This was, her actions were, she knew he was doing that.
This investigator, in comparison to other investigators, is talking a lot more. I think most of the time the investigator, and I'm not an investigator, you know what I mean, but should be quiet and let them tell the story. But filling in blanks for the person can be kind of dangerous. Do you know what I mean?
Who had a load of money, driving a car they can't afford.
Like, he should have just have asked, like, what did she do
And
when
they were gonna get
they pulled the knife
you
out,
shot him how many
and
times?
that's it. Like, not say, what did she do when he pulled the knife out? Do you think she was part of the planning of this? I think you'd leave that out, but I don't know.
Shot him
Just sharing
twice,
thoughts.
in the chest.
Okay.
He dropped forward. When he dropped forward, I went around him and put another one through his spinal column.
Okay, and you shot her?
Not exactly.
Do you believe Todd's version of events?
No.
To me, it seems like he could have easily done the exact same thing to this couple as he did to Kayla and Charles.
Of course he did.
Just attack them unprovoked in order to keep the female party.
What he did was he walked into the house while they were waiting to start getting work done, came out with a gun, shot the man because he's scared because he's a fucking oaf and he'll get his head kicked in if it's a fair fight. Any trues in the chat? This guy couldn't fight anyone, you know what I mean? It's like he's killing the guys because they're going to fight back. You know what I mean? Or he's at least got a fear of that. You know, that's why he's doing it. That's why he's walking out the front door immediately. Just boom, boom. Just straight away into the guy.
Himself. Even the way he tells the tale seems like an excuse to humble brag about how much money he has. After all the heartless crimes Todd has committed against innocent people, I just don't know if I can buy this.
All murderers
But it is
are.
true that Megan and Johnny had a sketchy record, and it's not too unbelievable that they could have tried something. Either way, I
don't
really
believe
doubt
they
that
did.
Todd was very upset when he got the opportunity to kill.
Yeah.
Next, Todd goes on some
No.
random-
Can I get an amen? They didn't pull a knife out on him. No. He did the exact same thing. We already know that there's another... no.
tangents about how his property
He did
and
the
storage
exact
container-
same thing. They walked in. He gets them out to his property, right? Gets them out to their property. He says, "Wait here, guys. I'm just gonna get some paperwork. Whatever. I'm gonna do this." Walks in, comes out with a gun. Boom, boom. Straight off the mark every single time.
was never supposed to be used for such gruesome
Son of a
purposes, which is just a pretty bizarre topic to ruminate on after everything he's done.
The Connex was not meant to be a cage.
Okay.
All that changed was after the fact.
Okay.
Connex was designed for my food and my weapons, and to secure my four-wheeler before I had the building built.
Okay.
The back area that's all wood, that wasn't designed for them. That was designed for my stuff.
Okay.
Until last week, there was no ceiling on that.
Okay.
I put that in because she was cold. Kayla was cold.
And Todd just loves talking about all his stuff.
Yeah, he does.
Went down the Connex, cleaned out the back area, because I had all in there. And at one time, those ammo racks weren't there. The ammo rack was here and here, pistol rifle.
Okay.
You know, I had chain around. There's lots of chain in that building. I use chain for all kinds of. There's chain in the woods where I've got trees with come-alongs that are starting to lean towards my fence, and I'll put a chain around it, hook a come-along to it, and start working it this way, and over a period of time, it'll fall away from my fence.
Okay.
So chain and cable and that kind of stuff, I got a lot of it.
Okay, let's pause right here. Todd is obviously very proud of all his gear, and he clearly has kidnapping down to a science. But before we go any further with Megan's story, you need to see the backstory to all this equipment. And it's actually probably the most bizarre thing about this entire case, the Amazon reviews. Yep, that's right. When investigators looked into Todd's internet activity, they discovered something absolutely insane.
Yeah, because his name is the Amazon Review Killer. And I haven't seen anything about the reviews
Todd
yet.
had been buying the tools for his crimes out in the open on Amazon, and he left public reviews where he described exactly what he was using them for.
What?
The crazy part is, anybody who read these creepy reviews probably laughed it off as just some dark humor. On a master padlock review, the review read, "Solid locks have 5 on a shipping container. Won't stop them, but sure will slow them down till they're too old to care." On a fixed blade, "Haven't stabbed anyone yet, but I am keeping the dream alive, and when I do, it will be with a quality tool like this." On a master lock, "Works great. Also, if someone talks back, go old school on them by putting this in a sock and beating them. They will not appreciate the hardened steel like you will. Works great on. Looks like he said shipping container. Keep in car for when you have to hide the bodies and you left the full-size shovel at home. Does not come with a midget, which would have been nice. Works excellent. Getting the neighbor to stand still while you chase him with it is hard enough without having an easy-to-use chainsaw. It's blacker than my soul and priced right." There was even a review that read, "Now my locks have locks. Place is Hotel California now." Guess Todd was a big fan of that song. What would you have thought if you saw these on Amazon? Would you have been concerned or just brushed it off?
I would have brushed it off. I can't lie to you, I would have brushed it off. Would you brush it off, chat? Really think that you're scrolling through this kind of stuff? Man, I'd brush it off. Man, I wouldn't think anything of it. I'd be like, I'd think you were a tryhard trying to be too funny. You know, hell, it might even make some of you guys like smirk a bit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, with the chainsaw one especially, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to chase my neighbor with the chainsaw, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of thing. You'd probably get a little, you know what I mean? I understand the reference, you know. It's like,
either way, all of Todd's reviews just further demonstrate how smart and funny he fancies himself as.
Yeah,
and how
I
much
hate
he
that
wanted
he
to brag
thinks he's
about
that,
his crimes,
like...
even if he had to do it in this roundabout way. But moving forward with Todd's 2015 crime, this next clip is very disturbing and
give me a second, chat. Sorry, I got to do this. Okay, I'm warning you, he's about to describe what he did to Megan. I don't know how much it's going to be, but it says it's quite disturbing. So I'm warning you. Can I get an amen? I have warned you. Be careful, he's about to explain a murder. I'm warning you. Don't listen if you don't. I mean, it's in the title. Murder investigation videos, you know what I mean? Like, just watch out. This may hurt your feelings.
I don't know what to do with her, man. One side, I really want to drop her. The next side, I really... It's not sound fucked up. I kind of want to save her ass.
Let me back up real quick before we go that far. Because we were talking about Johnny. Okay. The girl that was with Johnny. Did you shoot her?
Not at that time.
Okay, what happened with her?
She panicked, but then I told her to sit down. She sat down. Went ahead and cuffed her. Patted her down. Told her I wasn't going to hurt her. She calmed down, and I actually took her to the Connex. No, that's not true. I had her lay there for a while. I didn't know what the hell to do with her. I didn't want her in my Connex because I had stuff in there. I didn't know what the hell to do with it. Putting her in with my guns is not a good move.
I understand that.
Actually had to go. For the first time, I ever had a little bit of a panic of what the hell do I do with her. Put her here, put her there, drop her. What the hell do I do? Do I call the cops? I got illegal guns. I told her I wasn't going to touch her, wasn't going to anything to her. Just calm the hell down and let me sort this shit out. Somewhere between when I did that, when I shot him, set the back tight in the back, got her to calm down, and kept coming back and forth trying to figure out what to do, but I had her cuffed, and she wouldn't go anywhere. Eventually, I went and, I want to say I left her on that floor for a while. I left her on that floor cuffed. I wouldn't let her, because I didn't know what the hell to do with her. I didn't want her in the building.
Okay.
Got the tractor, got it out of there, picked the body up, and was trying to figure out what the hell to do with it.
This is Johnny's body?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I was held with a meltdown.
And listen to how much more concerned he is about losing his sanctuary than he is about murdering people.
The land was supposed to be my
sanctuary.
Yeah, not my killing field.
Right.
I understand. Not meant to be my killing field. It was supposed to be the place where I go to relax and get away from people and not deal with this. This killing really bothered me because it was such needless. Hell, I was giving him money. Why were you robbing me?
He thinks this violence was all needless and stupid. Pretty ironic considering all the people he's killed out of petty personal grudges.
It's not ironic, it's just a lie. It's not irony, he's just lying.
See what I mean soon enough. It's all about what works for Todd. He goes on to nonchalantly describe burying Johnny, saying it was a lot more work than you think. Then he wasn't sure what to do with Megan.
Tied her up, left her there, while I tried to figure out what to... I didn't know what to do with it.
He loves the attention, and he doesn't care if he makes up lies to make a more convincing or thrilling story.
There. Went and got food.
Even when he's describing leaving her on the floor and things like that, he keeps coming back to that point because he finds it invigorating. Do you know what I mean, chat? So he keeps coming back to it, and you notice that he keeps repeating himself over and over again, because when you think about the reality of what he did, the reality, is he literally just lured these two people who were desperate for money out to his property, walked out, shot one, boom, tied the other one up, but he keeps going on about his property, keeps going on about himself, like this, that, what do I do with the body? Doesn't even refer to the body as a name yet, like he might do that in the future, but at the moment it's the body, you know, stuff like that. The investigator even has to correct him and say, you mean Johnny? Like he's in such like a narcissistic rant, in such like an egotistical delirium that he can't even talk about what he's done in any emotionally intelligent way. He's so deluded. So I think that the one thing about this person who's made this video is he's just straight up lying about a lot of this stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like,
fed the girl.
Fed her after she tried to rob you?
Man, what are you gonna do with her? I don't want to shoot her.
I understand.
I mean, I can't have some crazy bad woman going back up. I mean, she was going bipolar left and right.
She wouldn't calm down, like.
Oh, she finally calmed down. But she was talking to me, and first she had drug issues.
Right.
And then she kept going off the deep end with weird shit and kept talking, and then she kept telling me that she had manic modes or some sort of bipolar lithium crap. I don't know what the hell it was. Where, she was up, down, up, down, up, down.
So she didn't mellow out like Kayla did?
No, not at all. She did finally calm down, but she wasn't upset.
What made you decide to shoot her?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
It's clear from the way Todd tells this story, almost with a sort of glee, that he has no remorse.
And he also believes that he's leading the conversation and he's in control, even though he's actually spilling out full-blown crimes. He still thinks that these two men actually, like, relate to him in some way. Have you noticed that? Yay or nay in the chat if you've noticed the way he's talking, especially with the way he says this. Ready?
What made you decide to shoot her?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
What made you decide to shoot her? I'll get to that. He's in control of the conversation. He thinks that because he is talking, he's in charge, where really he doesn't. He's so stupid, he doesn't realize. He's so narcissistic and egotistical, he doesn't realize he's just admitting to crime after crime. You know what I mean? I'll get to that. That means I'm in control. You have to wait. I tell you. Narcissistic again.
It's clear from the way Todd tells this story, almost with a sort of glee.
Yeah, he believes that they're hanging off every word. Exactly
Even
right,
here,
Chad.
when the investigator tries to get him to cut to the chase and tell them why he shot Megan, he just said, I'll get to that. Like this is some juicy drama he's been dying to share.
Yeah.
Then he complains about all the stuff he bought for Megan while keeping her captive.
I wasn't going to shoot her.
Okay.
I was going to give her money. I don't know why the hell she went the hell off.
Another line.
I hate the kidnapping part. I get another one. I held her there for a couple days.
How many days?
5 or 6.
I was about to say it was 6.
Day, she wanted Little Caesar's Pizza. I hate that shit. Oh, look at me heartburn. Little Caesar's Pizza, Mountain Dew, not Mountain Dew.
Nobody gives a fuck. Do you see what I mean? It gives me heartburn. No one gives a fuck. Did someone ask? Can I get a who asked in the chat? Anyone ask? Who asked? Like, he's so egotistical.
Dr. Pepper, cinnamon rolls, and friggin' Newports. If you go down to my building, you'll find an unused package of Newports that I bought for her. And then he went back. She tried to light my damn building on fire. Do you know how?
In the back of what building?
The Connex.
And then this part is just kind of weird. While telling the investigators where they can find the cigarettes he bought Megan in the storage container, he says something extremely weird and unprompted.
Oh, there's a collar in there? That collar was Kayla's.
Neck collar?
Yeah, she had me order it.
She asked you to order it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll get to that in a minute.
Didn't use it, because after it came in the mail, I would tell you,
okay.
That's shitty for me. It's a stainless steel collar with, like, hooks for putting, like, locks on. I mean, dude, it's like having I don't treat my dogs that way.
Okay, so let me explain the backstory for this one.
She was found in that collar, right?
It's really strange. And I was very confused at first, too. Todd actually claimed that Kayla had been writing letters to him while she was in captivity, asking for intercourse, with Todd himself even telling a reporter, I'm not saying she's not a victim. She's not the victim she portrays. I mean, it turned into 50 Shades of Grey with bodies. So I guess that's where this supposed collar comes in.
Because you made this comment to me, sorry to interrupt, but you made this comment to me, and I believe you. You didn't do it.
No, sir.
And I believe you. And I talked to the solicitor about that. And I told him what you told me. I said, he's made the comment to me, solicitor, he'll plead to everything. But he's not pleading to because he didn't do it. I said, he told me that he's admitted to everything he's done. He's willing to take the responsibility for it, but he will not take responsibility for the kidnapping.
Sometimes what people will do to clean their own conscience, chat, is they'll admit to some things and then they won't admit to others because they believe that if they admit to all of it, then they're a terrible human being and his ego won't allow himself to do that, right? Even the most insane person believes sometimes that they have a conscience, right? And this man believes, I would never do such a thing. He did do it. He's a scumbag. He's a rat. You know what I mean? We all know he did it, right? But here he's trying to say, oh, I can't plead guilty to all of it because I'm actually a good guy, you know, because he's such a fucking lunatic. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So you'll notice that even in like real life conversation about like lesser things, people will say, you know, oh, I'm only an asshole when, you know, I do this or I do that, but everything else I do, I'm great at, you know, or something. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like they'll say that, oh, I still have a conscience, I'm still a good guy because, well, I didn't actually do that. You know, it's like, David, you fucking did that. You know what I mean? That was fucked. They won't even try to apologize for that.
I said, but he will not take responsibility for it because he did not her. That anytime they had sex, it was consensual. She had the choice, and she actually initiated it at times.
More
and
lies.
He said, okay. I said, so we're going to need to re-interview her. And we're setting that up. We're going to do that this week. I told him, I said, I gave him my word that we would re-interview him, and we want to re-interview her. Because I think it needs to be done.
She had me get her vibrator, the TV, the DVD player, the MP3 player, the coloring books. Coloring books? Adult coloring books.
Okay.
Dude,
Sounds like if she did all do this, she was more of a mastermind than your dumb fucking ass. You know what I mean? Any trues in the chat? She probably knew the only way to survive is to play along. You know, this motherfucker fell for it. Take the L, dickhead. Take the L. L's in the chat. Take the L, idiot. Probably the only reason she's still alive is because she played your moronic ass.
I didn't question. It got her to shut up. It got her to roll over.
That led me to something else. You said the satanic book?
Yeah, what the hell, man?
I've never... Let me ask you this. The mattress is up against the wall, and we did that, looking to see if there were any weapons in there.
There was a bag.
Yeah, did you ever spend the night there with her in the bed? Like stay the night, you and her in the bed, overnight?
Never stayed the night.
Okay.
We spent a lot of time on the bed. She wanted the comforter thing that was on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That was her idea. That was her submissive kitty bed, her kitten bed. Man, interesting. All of a sudden, I put the collar thing on her. And
Yeah, they found that. They were like, what? They thought it was for a dog, you know.
Well, now the cage that was up there that's in pieces, that I built, and it was originally meant for my dogs.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the collar, the metal collar thing you told me about.
That I ordered off of one of the websites delivered, and I got it because she requested that as opposed to me putting the chain around.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that and went, I went, that ain't going on, nobody. But she wanted that, and then the kitty bed, and she wanted this whole thing of explaining to me that I had to give her permission to speak to me, give her permission to look at me. Dude, I don't do all that control. You know, I'm like, ask Ashley. Ashley's never had to deal with any of that crap. Yeah, it was just, I don't know, she had all this stuff, she kept asking for this kind of stuff, I got it, and she wanted, it's a big black book, about that deep, like $23 that damn book, and it's the Enchanted Sorcery, it's the how-to guide to be a witch. Dude, I just figured she'd read the damn book and shut up for a while. Kayla has before asked me to beat up people for her, or use my resources, which she thinks my resources are go get someone killed.
Really?
Yeah. With people that she doesn't like.
Have you do it, or have you hired somebody to do it?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
Okay.
Matter of fact, read my Facebook, it may be on there.
Really?
Yes.
How long ago was this?
Well, I blocked her after all this so that it wouldn't know, because I mean, literally...
Well, we have her Facebook page.
Then you have it.
Okay.
It'll take you forever a damn day to go through it.
Okay.
But go back to the messages.
Really?
In her phone messages. She supposedly had money in her car, and the guy took her money, but that's bull. And then she wanted me to either use my resources to either have him killed, or beat up. I believe he was beat up, but she wanted me to use my resources to have him off or go do it. Kayla uses that thing between her legs to get dumbasses to go do stupid. And that's what I'm trying to say, that she's going to use that to get Dustin hurt.
So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that out of respect for the victim. But I haven't seen any of those letters or anything to suggest Kayla was there consensually. What I will say is that even if such letters existed, who's to say that Kayla wasn't just appealing?
Lie after deranged lie, victim blaming again and again and again. You know what I mean? Ridiculous.
To Todd's ego to stay in his good graces and save her own life. After all,
Exactly.
she herself has stated, I realized it was easier if he thought things were going his way, so I made him think whatever I had to. Plus, Todd had reportedly warned Kayla that there was a woman who he'd kidnapped before her who hadn't been so lucky to make it out with her life, which brings us back to Megan. Unsurprisingly, Todd said a gross and totally unnecessary sexual remark about Megan, too, during his confession.
Told her basically that if she...
I'm just going to mute this bit, chat, and if it's not that bad, I'll let you know. 1 second. Nothing too bad. He's just saying like there was a warrant out for her, and he said that he was gonna free her and drop her out. in Tennessee, you'll go left and I'll go right. And then she said, and then he just said that she sucked his dick after he agreed to free her. Oh, by the way, if you're new into the stream, he didn't release her. He shot her and killed her and threw her in a grave. Yeah, it makes me mad. He does. Exactly. Oh.
She probably wouldn't want to go to law enforcement for help.
He just said, he just said, you know what we were saying before? He said that he thinks that these investigators are like his buddies, and he's just like talking about, you know, all the things he's done with women and stuff.
The line,
you know?
Todd changed his mind.
With Megan, you made her the offer of the $4,000. Keep your mouth shut. I'll take you to Tennessee.
Drop you off and leave you.
Drop you off and leave you. You go one way, I'll go the other way.
Totally.
What made that change? What happened?
What do you mean, what made that change?
What made that change?
Dead.
Oh, you mean what were proceeded?
Yeah.
That makes sense. I wanted to get rid of...
Buying time. Can I get an amen? You see this whole conversation here, chat? This is buying time to make up a story in his head. He's literally doing it right now. Watch.
Drop you off and leave you. You go one way.
He understands the question. He understands
it. What
it.
made that change? What happened?
What made that change? What happened?
What do you mean, what made that change?
Well, she ended up dead.
Oh, you mean what were proceeded?
Yeah.
That makes sense. I wanted to get rid of her.
All buying time.
The weather went...
Mm-hmm.
We were having sleet. It was right before Christmas, man. We were having sleet. We were having rain.
Mm-hmm.
The weather went to shit.
Okay.
And I still had to find a way to get away from Ashley, my girlfriend, long enough to get up out of work, get this person in Tennessee, drop her off, and get home. That's not just a couple-hour trip.
No.
And if I'm dropping her, it ain't gonna be at the border.
Mm-hmm.
We're going north of Nashville. I want her way the hell away from me. She was gonna take it. She was happy. She was happy as hell for like 2 days.
Okay.
Of course she was, because she thought you were gonna free her. So she thinks like, I'll do any sexual shit this fucking psycho wants me to do, and then he'll free me in Tennessee. I can go to the cops and I'm scot-free. Of course he was happy. He's so, of course she was happy for a moment. He's so fucking deranged. He's such a moron.
I just couldn't get past the weather.
Okay.
I just want you to know, if you've just come into the stream, we're dealing with some heavy shit. This is real murder and stuff like that. Just want you guys to know if you've just come into the stream.
The last day, I went over there, opened the Connex up. She burned half the friggin' building. She took my ammo racks and grabbed them and did this. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not for such a...
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So then what happened?
How did she how did she burn things?
And stuff everywhere, and she broke the fan. I got her a fan.
And if the fire was that big and she was lighting everything down, surrounded by ammunition, why doesn't ammo like explode if it gets too hot? Is that true? Anyone know anything about ammunition? If I have if I have like a box of ammo, any gun nuts in the chat, and I throw fire on it, right? Does it? Not very easily, right? Not very easily. So it'd have to be a lot of fire.
She broke the fan. Mm-hmm. Prime, man, you just can't beat that. 2-day shipping.
What really happened is he came in and told her that he wasn't dropping her off in Tennessee. She'd been happy for 2 days and done all this fucking sexual shit with him. He came in, she loses her cool, she goes off the his A, which is fair enough, you know, because now she thinks that she's gonna die. So when she thinks that she's gonna die and be killed, she goes crazy. She panics, she freaks out, and he shoots and kills her.
There's a fan now, like but he was a 2-pack.
Mm-hmm.
I had her those to get air ventilation.
Mm-hmm.
I got lanterns for her so she'd have light.
Mm-hmm.
I did the best I could to make it
right,
somewhat livable.
Mm-hmm.
Got her blankets, got her pillows. She lit the damn thing on fire. I'm surprised she didn't asphyxiate.
That's what I was thinking.
So there was a lot of fire.
When I walked in the building, I mean, I was choking. went to get her out, and then all of a sudden, it's like I had a caged animal on my hands. I don't know what the hell. She went from, I'm so friggin' happy in the world to being, I'm going to go to Tennessee with money, and I'm going to restart my life. And
because you're missing the point where you told her that you weren't going to make the drive. And he even admitted that he wasn't going to make the drive. Can I get an amen? So he's caught out again, dude. So you know what he did, chat. You know, figure it out, you know? Use a bit of investigation ability, right? It's like, why would she suddenly flip? Well, you just told us that you promised her something and then you broke a promise. She thinks she's going to die, chat.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Fucking lunatic.
Bad crazy. At that point, I tried to walk her out of the building. I just had enough. I walked outside. I was trying to calm down.
Thank you, Raw. Thank you.
What to do with her.
Until Dawn was really good.
I came back in the building. She was going nuts. It wasn't like she was emotional about the situation. This has been days. It wasn't much about that. It was just like serious chemical imbalance. And she walked outside. I walked her outside. And when I walked her outside, I put a 40 in the back of her head.
What gun did you shoot her with?
Same one.
That you shot
Johnny
with? And that's a Glock?
And that's the same one you shot
Charlie.
It's not my favorite gun.
It's a handy gun.
Nobody gives a fuck about your gun. Yikes. Look how he doesn't even care. Look at that, chat. Look how egotistical this man really is. He then starts talking about his favorite gun.
Handy one. It's very effective, especially if you shoot 180 grains.
And sadly, that's how things ended for Megan. Todd's temper got out of control, and just like that, Mr. Nice Guy was no more. Later on, a former co-worker of Megan actually revealed that the victim had met Todd while working at her Waffle House job. And when authorities started digging deeper, they were told that Todd would act so creepy at the restaurant, inviting waitresses to his home and leaving large tips in a bid to get their attention. That a male cook actually started taking Todd's orders whenever he'd come in, just to keep the waitresses safe and more comfortable. Another detail concerning Todd's romantic life that will send a shiver down your spine is something Kayla revealed when rescued. So apparently Todd had had an ongoing relationship with a woman named Holly for about 10 years. Sources say it was an affair and that she was actually the person who paid for the storage container Kayla was trapped in. But Holly never suspected that her lover was hiding a gruesome second life from her, saying only that he gave her a lot of attention and made her feel very important. However, when Holly found out about Kayla's kidnapping and watched the footage of her being transported to the hospital, she was left speechless at this line.
Some girl named Holly, he's supposedly planning to kill her.
Who knows how many more victims could have fallen prey to Todd if authorities hadn't stepped in to stop him. Even Kayla could have been days or hours away from becoming
Ravy
another
Connor,
voiceless
thanks for the
victim
subs.
of Todd's
Weck, thank you so much for the sub
wrath.
too. Thank you guys.
But you know, all these stories of how creepy Todd was while also simultaneously being a respected businessman in the area really caught my attention. But to understand how this masked monster was made, I had to take a look back at his early years, and although the unspeakable things he did even back then left me at a loss for words, it all led up to his most brutal crime of all, a quadruple homicide, one that plagued and puzzled the community for 13 years, and wasn't solved until Todd proudly confessed to police during his interrogation. We'll be going over that infuriating footage next, but first you really need to understand the absolute disaster that was Todd's childhood. Todd was born in Florida in 1971.
It really does always seem to start in childhood, doesn't it? Like childhood, like the development of a child is so important. You know what I mean?
But raised in South Carolina and Georgia, he didn't have the most normal childhood as his parents' marriage was crumbling, and they were divorced when he was still a baby. Growing up, Todd reportedly loathed his stepfather and wanted to live with his biological dad, despite having seemingly...
I thought you were going to say it always seems to start in Florida. Well, would I be wrong? You know,
no
sorry,
contact with him for
Florida.
about 8 years. And because of these unfortunate circumstances, or maybe something that had always been broken within him, Todd started to behave in very concerning ways early on. He was violent towards other children and showed signs of severe emotional and mental instability. He would destroy classmates' property at school and was actually sent to a mental facility at the age of 9 due to his sudden explosions of anger. Throughout this counseling, Todd was described
Parents'
as
fault
being
again?
preoccupied with sexual content at a disturbingly young age.
There's this like understanding that you as a parent have a massive responsibility for how your child turns out. Can I get an amen? That's just a fact. as a parent, you are responsible for how your child turns out. However, there's also personal responsibility of a person as well. So, like, I would not say that Todd can turn around and say, oh, the reason I did all this was my parents. You know what I mean? But there is this mid-ground where parents have to be held responsible for what they have done or how they have treated their children. It's not black and white. It's not like that, you know? You can't fully say, oh, the parents... Yeah, you know, you can't do stuff like that.
If you're a true crime fan, then this won't be surprising to you at all, but Todd was also known to be extremely cruel to animals as a child, often a telltale sign of a psychopath. Not only did he heartlessly shoot a dog with a BB gun, but he also killed a goldfish with Clorox bleach because he wanted a gerbil instead. He even locked another young boy in a dog crate and rolled the cage while laughing until the child was in tears and begging him to stop.
Like, if my child did any of this, can I get an amen? Like, we are seeking, like, severe, like, therapy. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna go and we're gonna fucking get this shit sorted. You know what I mean? Like, straight away. To just, like, now bring up these stories and now be like, oh, yeah, by the way, my kid used to kill animals and lock other children up in cages and roll them down hills. Whoopsie. You know, that's bad parenting. Don't care what anybody says. That's terrible.
Todd's father would later lament that the only emotion his son was capable of was anger. His mother must have been well aware of this as well, because she later described locking him in his room at night and placing locks on her own bedroom door just in case he decided to try anything. She also said he stabbed a little girl on the school bus in the leg with scissors to get back at her, destroyed a bunch of new furniture his mother bought him with a hammer, and even threatened to kill her. Still in 1983, Todd got his wish of reuniting with his biological father after purportedly threatening to kill himself otherwise. But this ended up being just another bad influence on Todd, as the man apparently taught the boy how to blow things up. But despite bonding over shared interests, living with his father didn't play out like Todd had dreamed it would. The man's frequent absence due to his many girlfriends left Todd thinking it would be better to return to his mother. But at this point, she made excuses to prevent this. This clip from Todd's police interview shed some light on his rocky relationship with his father.
My dad took me to office parks while he would still have to get his hands on and then want me to help him load truck and deal with his nonsense, and then would tell me that if I got into a fight, if I didn't win, you're not my son, don't come home. But then if I get into a fight, I whoop the kid's ass, I went too far, I'm getting my ass whooped because I went too far.
Also in his 2016 interrogation, Todd spoke on a shocking incident he got into around this same time of his teenage years.
You had mentioned to your mom, and that when we had talked at the jail, that there were others, and you told your mom she didn't have enough hands.
I had some altercations in Arizona.
Okay.
I don't remember all the details. I had a friend of mine that got shot coming out of a alleyway.
Okay.
I found the guy later on.
Who was your friend that got shot?
Michael something. I was a kid, I don't remember. Michael something.
Do you remember the guy that you shot?
I never knew his name.
You never knew his name?
He drove a Nova, a Cray Nova.
What year was that, you think? Well, how old were you?
14.
You were 14 at the time. Okay.
My understanding is there was some kid who wanted to be in a gang and was doing his initiation.
And his initiation was to shoot your friend?
We were just two kids coming out of an alley. We weren't part of nothing. We were part of nothing.
That was his initiation?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And so, in October 1986, Todd was still in Arizona living with his dad when his violent tendencies would extend to a new extreme. He was only 15 years old, but he managed to lure a 14-year-old neighbor girl whom he had a crush on out of her home by saying her boyfriend wanted to speak to her. Then he held a gun to her head, brought her home, tied her hands with rope, taped her mouth.
How do all these kids have so much access to guns? Jesus Christ.
Mouth shut and sexually assaulted her. After this, he walked her home and threatened her not to tell anyone what had just happened, or else he would kill her little brother and sister. Luckily, somebody ultimately did call the police, and when Todd was apprehended, the first thing he had to say was, "How much time am I going to get for this?" And get this, Todd explained that his motive for the disgusting crime had been because he was mad at his father, who was out of town and wanted to rebel. At this time, he was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Okay, now I want to take a brief moment to touch on Todd's late mother, because some of the things she said about her son's behavior are a bit odd to me. Before he was sentenced for this crime, she wrote to an adult probation officer pleading for leniency on Todd. According to Greenville News, she claimed that the incident had brought her and her son closer together, as he wrote her frequently while in jail, musing, "You know, it's strange, maybe a little good does come from some bad." She also wrote, "They don't stop to think that he even walked the girl home. Does that sound like a dangerous criminal? He even walked the girl home."
You could get ammo at servos up until the late 90s in Australia. See, that's crazy, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, my dad used to have a gun here in Australia, you know what I mean? But if you think they're easily accessible in Australia to the extent of, like, America, you're just wrong. Can I get an amen from all the Aussies? You know what I mean? Like, I know there's, like, my uncle had guns, you know, but they're all licensed and you have to keep them in a locker, a regulated locker and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nowadays, it's very different. But yeah, my dad grew up with guns. My uncle grew up with guns. You know, like, I think it's just one generation back, you know? About one generation back. How the hell do you even get a gun in Oz? You got to go through some regulations, but I think you can get, like, 22 rifles and stuff. And if you're on a farm, they all have guns, you know what I mean? They got, like, 1 or 2, right? Something like that. You got to hold them in some sort of big, it's like a gun locker, you know what I mean? And all that kind of stuff. There's regulation and stuff you can do. Yeah, you need like a reason. It's a 6-month process. There you go. Like, yeah, it's pretty
While
big.
she may have had decent intentions, I just feel like a statement like this would be a slap in the face to the teenage victim and her family. Ultimately, it was recommended that Todd be tried as an adult, with one neighbor even describing him as a devil on a chain. And here's what I find really interesting. When evaluated, Todd was found to show deep emotional disturbance, but not psychosis. This would
Taro,
seem to
thank you
suggest
so
that
much for the
Todd was
sub. Thank
not,
you, man.
in fact, out of touch with reality, which makes his detached behavior that much more chilling. Overall, the psychiatrist determined that Todd had an inflated ego and was extremely rebellious towards authority, someone who generally feels like he should be in control. And there's one other key element that might play an underlying role in all of these big ideas Todd holds about himself: his IQ. When tested, Todd was found to have an above-average IQ of 118, although interestingly, his high school teacher reported poor academic performance. It seems to me like Todd just felt like he was better than everyone, above the rest of the crowd, and rather than apply his intelligence towards positive goals, he used it to manipulate people and orchestrate heinous crimes. In this case, even the juvenile probation officer would end up recommending adult incarceration, as they did not think Todd's deep-seated issues could be solved easily, and Todd agreed to plead guilty to kidnapping in exchange for the sexual assault charges to be dropped.
Jesus
If
Christ.
that's infuriating to you, you're not alone, as one probation officer went so far as to say this was a travesty of justice.
Yasmin, thank you
Another
for gifting
official
a sub to
declared that
Ryan.
Todd had
Thank
little
you.
to no conscience and presented the greatest risk to the community. It appeared that Todd believed the world owed him something. Very few held hope that he could be rehabilitated. Well, as much as we can wish someone had locked Todd up for longer so he couldn't hurt anyone else, that wasn't the case. Unfortunately, he only received a 15-year sentence, and when he got out at 30 years old, he moved back to South Carolina and was placed on the sex
Wow, he
offender
actually went for
registry.
15 years.
Interestingly, while incarcerated, Todd had only been cited for violent behavior in the first few years of his stay, but throughout his 20s, he had no other records of disobedience, almost like Todd had learned how to put on a friendly act in order to get what he wanted. Upon release, Todd hit the ground running, paving a new life for himself.
No. It's in relation to the reason why he had a good record in prison is because he's not the tough guy in prison. Can I get an amen in the chat? It's got nothing to do with acting nice. It's because if you notice with his crimes, he comes out and he shoots the dude immediately. You know what I mean? Like, he comes out, he shoots the man immediately because he's scared. He's a little pussy. He's scared, dude. I'm telling you, chat. I'm telling you. He had no power in prison. Who's he going to pick on? No one. You know what I mean? And just like an egotistical little maniac, his personality fumbles immediately in the face of overwhelming power. You know what I mean?
He had earned a bachelor's degree in computer science while in prison, and in 2002 he got a job as a graphic designer for a sports apparel company. Todd went on to get another degree in business administration marketing, and in 2006 he applied to receive a real estate license. But there was one little problem. Applicants were required to explain any history of criminal convictions in order to obtain the license. However, Todd had a clever plan. There was no background check in place, and so when Todd explained the felony on his record, he twisted things to sound way better for him than the reality. He painted it as a petty argument between his teenage self and his girlfriend, saying they broke up, and then her dog got loose, and then when they were looking for it, the girl's parents got worried and called police. He said the only reason he had a gun was due to concerns over gangs in the Phoenix area, and that the kidnapping charge was due to him telling her not to move while they talked this out. So, yeah, just a complete lie, but a very deliberate one which fit all the parameters that would reasonably explain his charges without revealing the awful, ugly crime he actually committed. Well, this fabrication worked out for Todd, and after getting his bearings in the real estate scene, he even started his own business called TKA Real Estate, which employed about a dozen agents. His career was booming, and on the surface he seemed like a pretty charismatic, hardworking guy to those around him. But still, his darker side leaked through the cracks at times, and people soon started to take notice. Co-workers were very
Yeah, don't forget that this guy, even though some people are calling him charismatic and, you know, smart because he gets into real estate and stuff like that, to be honest, I'm not really impressed. You know, I know I just can't handle fuckers like this, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care that you got your real estate license and you got into real estate and you got a degree. Like, that's not a symbol of, like, intelligence. You're a bad person. You're incapable of being intelligent. Remember how much of a creep he was at the cafes? You know, can I get an amen? Remember how he sat there at cafes and then he started having to get served by dudes, you know, because he would be such a creep to women? Like, you're a freak, mate.
He would casually watch inappropriate adult videos at work for hours.
What a weirdo.
And some women felt uneasy at the sexual innuendos he made to them. He even made a distasteful joke on his firm's website that he motivated workers by not feeding them. Apparently, he was very open about his status as a sex offender, but would claim the charges stemmed from a girl's dad getting mad and overreacting after the teens took a joyride together.
Yikes.
Again, very far from the truth. But all the same, Todd had glowing reviews, was described by many associates as very personable, and even got recognized as the top-selling rookie agent in his region at one point. All in all, his strange habits and unusual quirks were chalked up to, well, just that. So it wouldn't be until his 2016 confession that authorities would find out a brutal and high-profile quadruple homicide that they'd been struggling to solve since 2003 had been all Todd's doing.
Now, what I want you to do is tell me from the very beginning about Superbikes.
It was a warm afternoon in November 2000.
Fuck, I really want to continue chat. Just watch, fuck, I need to make a cup of coffee and chuck a piss. Can I just, fuck, like, what can I throw on just for a second? Nature, you scary. Watch this just for a second. It's a change. I just need to piss, man. I need to piss so bad. Drain the lizard. Down by the water hole.
Ew.
Ah! Did the duck got that?
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Get out! He sees it. Look at him. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Did you get that on video? Yeah.
Alrighty, here we go. 1, and 2, 3. Jesus Christ Almighty! 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119,
Jesus Christ! I think we got a garfish, dude. Be careful, Evan. Oh my God! That's a big gator, buddy. That is a big gator.
Oh, sorry, chat. Oh, my apologies. Back to the murder investigation, chat. Back to the murder investigation. Oh. Back to murder investigation. Okay, so if you've just come in, we're watching the disturbing case of the Amazon review killer. This guy killed and held women in containers and all that kind of shit. It's kind of hard to go over because there's a lot. And he's about to explain a killing of 4 people out in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, I guess we're going to have to, we're going to watch this.
3 Spartanburg County when an unsuspecting customer walked into the store Superbike Motorsports, only to be faced with a horrifyingly gruesome scene. All the employees staffing the shop had been shot to death.
Let me see if there's any actual footage here.
Terrified, the customer quickly called the police, who hurried over to inspect the bloodbath.
Okay, what's the problem? Apparently everybody's been shot up here.
Jesus.
Everybody's laying down. We're in a pool of blood. His mama's been shot, the mechanic's been shot, and the owner.
The victims were quickly identified as the shop's owner, his mother, and 2 young workers. But as much as their devastated loved ones grieved and hoped for justice, the killer behind such an audacious and reckless shooting somehow managed to slip through the cracks. And as years went by and authorities racked their brains fruitlessly for answers, going down a few dead ends in the process, they had no idea that the real monster behind this notorious unsolved crime was hiding right under their noses the whole time.
I fucking hate this fucking guy,
as
man.
a respected member of the community. And so, in this 2016 interrogation, they're finding out the full extent of what really happened that dark day at the motor shop. And the real motive was probably the last thing they ever expected.
So, go ahead, you bought the bike.
Bought the bike. Tried to ride it, didn't work either way. Key points. Had it 14 days, and it got stolen from the front of the apartment complex.
You said you went back to them?
Before it got stolen, I had gone back to them a few days prior to being stolen and told them that I was having a hard time riding it, and I was not so sure I had made a wise decision.
Okay, you went back to them because you were inexperienced, and what else did you say?
I thought it was a bad decision. I was trying to see if I could possibly trade it in for a smaller bike or something of that nature. Maybe I don't know how to ride it. Please understand this has been many, many years. They proceeded to give me more on the rude side about my inability to ride that kind of bike. No one ever taught me. So, I mean, I know how to operate the clutch. And the possibility of them coming by at some time with the trailer.
Notice how the bit that upsets him the most is that they claimed that he couldn't handle such a bike. See that? It's not about trading it in for another one and them being rude and being like, no, you can't, you buy it, you ride it, you know what I mean? Like, you can't trade ins, no refunds. It's, oh, they told me I couldn't handle the bike. What a little worm.
Maybe if I had to make up my mind, they had dropped it off at the apartment. Okay. So they knew exactly.
Yeah, it's literally, no one ever taught me how to ride a bike, so I had to shoot 4 people. Go fuck yourself.
Exactly where it was stored, because the guy brought it over to me.
So you said they knew where it was stored?
They knew it was stored.
Okay.
Because they had dropped it off there.
So pathetic.
2-3 days later, it came up missing. There was a police report. As far as I know, they never found the bike.
It's pretty obvious that Todd's anger stems from him being miffed at what he saw as the employees looking down on him.
Yeah.
And for some reason, that seems to be the one thing Todd just can't tolerate.
Yeah.
Watch here as he even gets sidetracked to complain about the police not taking him seriously when he reported the motorcycle theft.
You said I made a police report?
I did. Actually, the law enforcement officer made fun of me. He informed me that that's a shame it got stolen before I got a chance to write you a ticket. That was the one time I didn't like you guys.
Todd says a little while after that incident cooled down, he was once again making visits to the motorcycle shop.
Got to Jones's again for a motorcycle and started going back to the shop. During one of my times over there, sitting on one of the, I believe it was the manager, the owner's friend, the guy was a bit of an asshole. I was looking at the bikes and trying to let the earlier part go, and the manager started making some comments about the last one being stolen, and he said something about mine was on its way to Florida. I have no idea it was in Florida or why he said that. When he said it was on.
He was joking around with you, you fucking lunatic. I have no idea why he would mention Florida or what he was like. He was joking, man. He cracked a joke. Yikes.
Obviously, he was not talking about the time when I asked about possibly selling it. It was implied that we took your shit. I let it slide for the time being. Got mad about it. Kept going out there. Why I kept going.
Notice also that he believes that his story gives justification to the murder. Can I get an amen if you've noticed that at all? He believes that his sob story gives justification for his murder because he's so self-deranged. He believes that he's better than everyone else and everyone's going to eat up his story and say, boo-hoo me. You know, he doesn't even have the intelligence to realize that everything he's saying is just incriminating himself. He's admitting to murders he didn't even have to admit to, and he's just full-blown admitting to it because now he believes that he's going to get out of it. Just like when he went to become a real estate agent, in his mind, he is smarter than everybody else. And remember when he lied about his felony? So now he believes that he can lie to these people, right? And it's a big problem with people who are pathological liars is they believe they can lie to everyone. And if you're listening to this and you're someone who says a lot of lies, eventually you're going to get busted and you're going to meet someone who is used to dealing with people like you, and they're going to know you're lying. They're just going to know. It's hard to explain. You're either going to get caught or they're just going to know. They're just going to know you're full of shit.
On the same bike place I don't really know.
And you're going to get really embarrassed when they call you out on it.
Sit on the bikes and listening to these two.
Exactly. He's literally...
The manager basically talk trash.
I find this part so intriguing because even Todd himself admits he doesn't know why he would keep going back to the bike shop if the employees' attitudes bothered him so much.
He wants to go back because he wants to feel accepted by people who don't accept him because he's never been accepted, and now he wants to get into riding bikes. So even though they're having him on and mocking him, he keeps going back because he wants their admiration because he's so egotistical. So he keeps going back and 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 back, and he can't help himself. He thinks about it all day and all night, and he doesn't allow himself to ever... He thinks that they just said that, they're just joshing. And now you see his real emotions. Like, why did they make that joke about Florida? He's obviously thought about it, like, for ages.
Part of me feels like he just wanted a reason to get more and more agitated, so he'd feel justified in what he was about to do.
No.
To the workers, Todd was just some weird customer.
No. He doesn't want a justification. He gets the justification through what he does. He doesn't want the justification. He gets it, if that makes sense, chat. Like, he's not going there with the attitude to murder initially. Does that make sense? How can I put this? He's looking for that social acceptance, so he continues to go. And then once he feels he has been disrespected, then he has the justification.
Who kept coming in and acting strange, but they never could have predicted the absolutely evil plan that was simmering just below the surface.
Bought a Bird 92 FS.
Yeah, and then he finally,
92
FS. 9mm. At the time, those only had 10 round mags because they still had the limitation, and the aftermarket Pro Mags were god awful.
So how many, so you had
Holy
10,
shit.
a 10-round magazine?
Yes, sir. 3 of them.
3 10-round magazines?
Although I've got quite a few of those Kydex.
Mm-hmm.
They work very well.
See, trying to bring up general conversation, believes that he can make friends out of these gentlemen in front of him, thinks that he can, you know, create some sort of rapport. Because also remember, he's kidnapped women before, and he believes that he has got this kind of Stockholm syndrome thing that has happened through time, because he believes that women like Kayla have actually started to come over to his side. Does that make sense, chat? So he believes that by having these conversations, he can get them over to his side. You know, like, oh, I really like the Kydex ammunition. Like, they work very well. Do you guys use Kydex ammunition? You know, stuff like that.
Bravo Concealment?
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend them.
He gives a long-winded explanation about suppressors.
A suppressor would shoot on a semi-automatic. Requires a Nielsen device, also known as a RAD, recoil assist, if you have a movable barrel.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have to use a spacer and lock it in.
So you have a problem suppressor, you're going to say that part.
He's understanding it, and you're just going, okay.
Yeah.
And then declares that he made his own.
Dependability surpasses everything else.
Okay.
Years later, I actually learned how to make it myself, and actually mine were extremely dependable.
Then what happened?
Who asked?
It's almost funny how the investigators
Yeah.
just cut Todd off whenever he starts to
They're
ramble.
literally, I know this sounds insane to say, but they're literally bored of hearing him talk about himself. Do you know what I'm saying, chat? Like, the investigators are literally like, fuck's sake. You know, like, get to the bit that we care about.
His accomplishments. I feel like a big motivator for Todd was getting the recognition he felt he deserved. So these utter dismissals during his big moment to tell his story probably feel like a big letdown. Anyways, here's where Todd finally tells the methodical time.
Nah, it doesn't feel like a letdown. Not to disagree with the guy who made the video, because I think he has a lot of good points, but he doesn't feel like a letdown because he believes within his own mind that they're eating it up, or else he wouldn't shut up. You know what I mean?
Line from the day of the
no, sorry, that's why he doesn't shut up.
College.
And that's why he killed the people in that store, in the motorbike store, because they're disinterested. You know what I mean? It's kind of like this situation right now, but picture these guys all at a bar. Does that make sense, chat? One day, this guy would have walked in and shot these two because they're not into his story. They're not giving him recognition, and they're not propping up his idealized self-image. You know, this man here, this criminal, this murdering scumbag, rat dog, go fuck yourself. Sorry. Go fuck yourself. He believes in this, like, ideal image of himself, right? And the minute that's broken, he flips. He loses it. So imagine if he was having this conversation, he would keep trying to be friends with these two guys, right? Until he finally snaps. And when he does snap, he has a feeling of, I can kill you, right? I can kill you because you were the bad one, not me. I'm not the bad one. That's where this is coming from. That's how deranged this person is.
Drove to Bowling Springs, put the shoulder holster on at the CVS parking lot. I'm not going to worry, go to school. Got there, not everybody was there. Went and sat on a few bikes, did my usual, and doing my best to make sure that the paying customers were not there. Collateral damage is not cool.
Todd really harps on the point that he didn't want to kill paying customers, which seems to be his way of painting himself as a sort of anti-hero.
Exactly.
Like he really seems to relish in viewing himself through this lens.
Yeah, for sure.
So you were waiting on what?
This was during the time, as you know, that it was not busy. That shows time that was not after work, when I would have a lot of people in there. Did not want to shoot other people. Kind of funny. Kayla put on her paperwork when she was writing stuff out to me that she found a killer with a conscience and a kidnapper with morals. To me that she found a killer with a conscience and a kidnapper with morals, whatever the hell that meant.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So you said I did not.
After she said, I spent a lot of time thinking, going, wow.
I'm not going to go in and kill innocent paying customers because they have not wronged me. But the people who mocked me deserve it. There's that narcissistic trait right there. You know? You know what I mean? And Kayla knew that and played him like a little fiddle. He got played. GG's in the chat. You got wrecked, idiot. Absolutely GG'd, moron. She didn't like you, you
So as
fucking
Todd waited
absolute
for who
moron.
he judged as innocent people to leave, he was also waiting for one of the employees who he felt wronged him to show up. Once he was alone with the workers, Todd says he asked to buy a bike so that the mechanic would take it back to prep it. And then he says one of the most outrageous things the police had probably ever heard.
That was one big building. Yeah. I cleared it in under 30 seconds.
You what now?
I cleared that building in under 30 seconds. You guys would have been proud. I'm sorry, but you guys would have been proud.
Is one of the most outrageous.
I did not think he was going to say that. That was the most insane thing I've ever seen or heard in one of these investigation tapes.
Things the police had probably ever heard.
That was one big building.
See how he's searching for admiration again? Any trues in the chat? See the searching for admiration? He wants to feel as if, you know, these two guys are his friends. You guys would have been proud. Big building, huge. Nobody else could have done it. But me, I cleared it in 30 seconds. I'm amazing. I don't even have professional training. You guys are cops. You guys are trained for that. I did what even you couldn't do. That's literally how this man's brain is working. Constant seeking of validation. Exactly right, chat.
I cleared it in under 30 seconds.
Desperate for approval.
What now?
I cleared that.
Look at the shock from the cops. Sorry to watch the shock on the cops. Watch this. Watch them. Watch them.
Yeah.
Watch. Ready?
I cleared it in under 30 seconds.
You what now?
I cleared that building in under 30 seconds. You guys would have been proud. I'm sorry, but you guys would have been proud.
The interrogators brush off his comment and his story continues. He says he first went to the back where the mechanic was prepping a bike.
Okay.
Walked up, pulled out the Beretta, put the safety off, shot the mechanic twice. Downward angle. He was beneath me. He was down, crouched down on this side of the bike. Bike was here. I'm on this side, so I had to lean over the bike, and I believe it was two shots.
Here he brags about how good his shots were.
I got him in two lung shots.
Okay.
I got each lung.
You got him in 2 long shots?
Yes, sir. If you can get up from that, I'm impressed.
Then, unprompted, he offers up the reason why authorities weren't able to find fingerprints in order to brag.
Notice how even the little bits of his language, here.
You got
Ready?
him in 2 long shots?
Yes, sir. If you can get up from that.
If you could get up from that, from that, I'm impressed. Because, you know, I could do such a thing. Do you see what I mean? It's even the little things you got to listen to in people's language. If he can get up from that, I'm impressed, you know? He doesn't say that would have been impressive. He doesn't say that would have been amazing. He doesn't say, you know, that kind of language. No, I'm impressed. Do you see what I'm saying, chat? Yay or nay if you get what I'm saying. It's you don't realize this, but people's language is very purposeful. And that's purposeful wordage, you know? I know you might be shaking your head thinking like Cray's looking too into it. Nah, I'm telling you, it's purposeful. He was beneath me. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ.
Then, unprompted, he offers up the reason why authorities weren't able to find fingerprints in order to brag once again.
The reason why you didn't get any fingerprints is on the door, I used my knuckles instead of my hand to open the door. And the reason you have no prints on any of the shell casings is I wear 2 pairs of gloves when loading every firearm, even in practice.
Okay.
Even my practice ammo doesn't get fingerprints. That's why I don't have to worry about picking up shell casings. If you wear 1 pair, you can still have a lane print because of the acids in your finger. In regard to that, when they touch, if you have any chemicals on the outside of that, whether you touch it first before you touch it, it can put a print on it even though you had gloves.
He just admitted to full-blown, not that he hadn't already, but he's just continuously incriminating himself. Can I get a lol in the chat? Like, I even wear gloves during practice. That's so premeditated that you can't get more premeditated. Like, are you fucking dumb? Like, how dumb can you be? You just admitted that you wear gloves so you don't get fingerprints on your ammunition at practice. Oh, the court's gonna eat that up. Jesus, yeah, it's literally, he's so self-engrossed. He believes he's so much better than everyone else. It's just, I can't stand how dumb he is.
If you wear a glove on top of the glove, it causes friction between the two of them and negates that.
So when you're talking about gloves, you're talking about latex gloves?
Yes, sir. But if you wear two pairs, not one, one pair won't work.
So you use 2 pair of gloves?
Yes, sir.
Latex gloves.
After that, Todd went to find the other victims.
Okay.
At that time, all 3, manager, owner, and the mom, they had heard the gunshots in the back and were coming this way to figure out what had happened. All of a sudden, I had 3 people in front of me. Mom was the closest, and I shot her 2 to 3 times in the chest. Not my best work.
You fucking slimy. Am I allowed to say it? I'm going to get a little Australian on your chat. Can I get a little Australian? Can I get a little Aussie on you? You fucking slimy little cunt. You fucking absolute weasel, dog, muppet, fuckwit. I hope you rot in the pits of hell. Oh my God. You fucking cowardly cunt. Oh my God, go fuck yourself. Oh my God. Not my best work. Fuck you. Not my best work. You're saying that about somebody's innocent poor mother. Oh my God. Do you know what I mean?
I shot her 2 to 3 times in the chest.
Yeah, literally, no wonder your parents didn't want you.
Not my best work.
I hate that line so much.
Pattern was horrible. She was actually surprised.
3.
Yeah, her being there, not that my pattern was horrible.
In the chest.
Not my best work.
Oh.
The pattern was horrible. You can truly see Todd's narcissistic side coming out.
Drives me up the wall, chat. It makes me want to cry, I can't lie, because I think about my mum,
really
you know?
Wants these officers to be impressed.
She fell. The son and manager, the owner and the manager ran for the door. At that range, they should have ran to me, not away. They were way too close. When I came around that door, it was boom, 3 people right there.
Okay, so then what happened? They ran to the door?
They ran to the door. In the process of that, I popped a few rounds, popped one, I don't know which one was which.
In
the process. Of them
running. I popped.
If only they fucking charged him. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, you gotta run, but yeah. If only they charged him. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess, you know, you've just seen your mother fall. You know what I mean? Like, but these 2 blokes may have gotten to him. You never know. You know what I mean? But, man.
You can almost see Todd's impatience here. He really wants to tell his story. It's like this confession is the performance.
Yeah, the instincts kick in, chat, and you think, I gotta get out of here, you know? May they all rest in peace. Can I actually get an unironic rip in the chat? You know, I know sometimes, you know, you say rest in peace in chats, you know, in video games and stuff, but may they rest in peace, and I mean that. Terrible way to go. Terrible way to go.
Of his lifetime, and he doesn't look too happy to get interrupted. Luckily, anytime he tries to go off on a tangent, the investigators pretty much ignore it and bring him back to the straight facts of the case.
Then proceeded to go, did a reload. While this guy was still running, this guy, when I hit him, he crumpled into the doorway.
Okay.
When I did my reload, before this guy got out, I put 2 in him and he actually fell outside. That was a very fast reload.
Todd says he might have put an extra round in the guy who fell by the door as he walked over him, but he's not sure. And then he says something so chilling and insensitive, I almost couldn't believe my ears.
At any point, did anybody, I mean, was there There was nobody else. Okay, there was nobody else, but did anybody, as they were falling, I mean, did they look at you? Did they face you? Did they say anything to you? Was there any conversation, don't, please, whatever?
No, sir.
With any of this?
I don't remember hearing any of that. I will tell you that once I was engaged.
Okay. So
It's like, at that point, it's almost like a video game. It's not a game, but it's almost like you're focused on, you've been there, sir. You know what I'm talking about.
Yikes. Yikes. That was the cringiest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Yikes. What the fuck? When you're engaged, you're engaged. Like, oh my God.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what must have been going through the detectives' heads at this point. Todd says he then walked around and put one last round in each victim's forehead, got in his car, and drove home. He took the gun apart, put its parts into parts of his trash and even cat litter, and then disposed of that evidence in the dumpster.
If it hadn't been so long, you guys could have actually pulled records and actually gone to figure out where they put it. But at this point, it's kind of a moot point.
When the detectives go on to clarify some points, Todd just finds every opportunity to make it about himself.
Moving targets, multiple moving targets. I don't think I missed. If I did, it wasn't more than once.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not an easy shot when you got two moving targets running fast as they can.
What, you mean innocent people with no weapons on hand? Nothing to defend themselves with? Wow, you're such a badass, dude. Wow, chat. Whoa, you shot people running away from you. Wow, you're such a badass, dude. Wow, you fucking absolute lunatic. I just can't. It's making me angry on stream. Like, I'm generally getting angry at this fucking guy. Like,
I may shoot somebody as one thing,
right,
but I'm not a pistol whipping and beating somebody is not my thing.
He even makes a point to say he wasn't initially planning on.
Do you see what I mean by what am I trying to say here? The constant, like, conscience like seeking, you know, like, oh, but I'd never pistol whip him. Oh, but I'd never stab, I'd never do this or I'd never do that. But I would shoot him, but I'm not that kind of guy. You see what I mean? Seeking out that validation of, oh, you know what? You're actually not a sicko. You know what I mean? Constantly does that as well. That's been throughout the entire hour.
On shooting the mom, like that gives him some sort of brownie points or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually wasn't meaning to hit the mom.
You actually what?
I was not meaning to hit the mom. I prefer not to shoot women if I can. I'm going to refuse to shoot a kid.
But then, Todd's dark sense of humor comes through every now and then to remind us how he really feels about his actions.
I still got the t-shirt.
They give you a t-shirt?
They did. I kept it. I'm not a trophy guy.
You're not a trophy guy?
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to give you a trophy?
No, sir, that was actually...
I gotcha.
I don't keep trophies.
But
you do keep trophies. You kept one.
At this point, nothing is too shocking coming from the man famous for saying, "My golf game was weak, my kill game is strong." What might be most frustrating about the Superbike case in the end is that during the 13-year-long investigation, one asset that police gained was a sketch of a potential suspect.
Can I just say as well, I hate that these murderers and killers, they go off about how good they are at killing, right, and stuff like this. Like, you're killing innocent people who aren't defending themselves. Like, your kill game's not strong. You know what I mean? Like, you're killing people
Hopefully the t-shirt
do you know what I
fit
mean?
him. Hopefully it was 4XL.
Oh, Jesus. Do you know what I mean, though, chat?
That a witness, presumably a customer who had been one of the last people at the bike shop that day, had described. The witness remembered this man filling out paperwork to buy a particular bike. In 2012, the sheriff held up a newly revised sketch and said, "I'm going to be bold enough to say this is my man right here." This is that picture. As accurate as it may be, it unfortunately wasn't able to capture.
You reckon that's accurate? I mean, for a sketch, I guess. I don't really think no. I don't think it's very accurate.
Todd before he committed his other atrocities. Now, to be honest, the raw footage of Todd's whole confession was tedious to watch at times. You see, Todd didn't want to write out his statement because he said he writes for a living and his hands hurt, and so the detectives had to stop him after every sentence and very slowly transcribe his confession. At one point even saying Todd uses big words and talks fast. Here's where things get super intriguing, though. Many people argue that this was actually a deliberate interrogation tactic, and when you think about it, it makes sense. By playing dumb and making...
Yeah, it's better to talk than type. You know, or to write down confessions. Everything gets misconstrued in typing
like he's
and stuff.
Smarter than them.
Yeah.
They subtly encourage him to keep talking freely and bragging about his accomplishments.
Whiskey, thanks for the
Not to
sub.
mention
Cloudburst,
repeating
thank you
key
everyone for
details
subbing
over
today.
and
Thank
over
you.
Again. And on the same token, while some people have questioned why detectives even needed to write down his answers in the first place, since the interview was being taped, others assert that suspects often don't realize they're being recorded, and having someone write down their words in front of them would make them feel even more secure that this conversation is not being permanently taped, therefore making them feel comfortable sharing more
Interesting.
risky
That's a very
details
interesting
or
tactic.
side comments that they might not otherwise divulge. Okay, now this next part has nothing to do with crime, but it is super interesting to me because it feels like Todd is really basking in the feeling of being catered to, while trying to seem humble and friendly with the detectives at the same time. I don't know, the whole thing just gives me a weird vibe because of how casual, unbothered, and almost giddy he's acting while confessing murders.
What do you want for dinner? You missed dinner over there. That barbecue wasn't enough. What do you want?
Whatever you have for me.
No, I'm asking you. What do you want?
I don't want to be an asshole.
Shut that door, man. You're not being an asshole. I'm asking you. What do you want for dinner?
I don't know.
We've got Bojangles around here. We've got Miami Grill around here. We've got the whatever you want, man. Boiling Springs Cookout, whatever. What do you like to eat?
Cookout will work. That'll work.
What do you like from Cookout?
Never been there.
You've never been there?
No, sir.
They have a really good. It's called a giant cheeseburger, giant fries, and a giant tea. They're really good.
Works for me.
That's what I usually get. Okay. All right, I'll be right back.
I just don't want to be the guy who goes, I want the steak lobster and then get an asshole.
Well, I mean, whatever you want to eat, I'm feeding you.
Thank you. But
okay.
This stupid fuck really thinks they're doing it because they're mates. Can I get a lol in the chat? It's so fucking... It's really, at the end of the day, this guy's such a fucking moron. You know what I mean? How more pathetic can you get? He's so egotistical, so narcissistic. He doesn't even see how much of a fool he's being played for. What a fucking moron. Imagine embarrassing yourself this much, sorry. You are such an idiot. Everyone's laughing at you, you know? Like, we all know you're a sicko. Like,
sprinkled throughout where Todd seems just a bit too comfortable given the subject matter at hand.
Jesus.
So he's going to win, Trump or Hillary?
I'm scared to know.
But to be honest, there were times during the confession when I did feel like I was watching buddies talk, and it was a little surreal.
Is that good? Mm-hmm. I want to steer you wrong, man. Food's my thing.
I made a joke with him. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go back to pod. I'm going to let one part loose, and I'll make everybody jealous.
Take this crop dust.
So, y'all had sandwiches again. Oh, they're all back at the pod. They're just...
Well, the thing about it is, kids today don't, they call them millennials.
I'm a millennial. What do you...
They want everything handed to them. I had a buddy.
No, that's not true.
And this is when I first realized it. And we didn't expect it from my generation.
But if being friendly with Todd was enough to butter him up to spill the whole truth,
and
put him behind bars for life, it was worth it. In the end, I think this statement from the investigator best sums up how authorities were able to treat Todd with kindness and respect, despite the things he's done.
The thing about it is, like you said, there are cops in the world that are bad, there are cops in the world that are good. I should not like you. I should want to nail you to the cross. You know, but
I'm going there anyway.
Well, no, it's not that.
But yeah, I get it.
I want to do the right thing for you. I want to make sure the right thing is done for you and by you. I don't do this job just to put people in jail and do stuff like that. I do this job because that's the way I want to be.
This next part of the conversation might give us the most valuable insight into Todd's headspace, so I'll let it play without commentary.
I wonder how this is going to play out.
What do you mean?
They're either going to put me on a gurney, which is what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting.
What's a gurney? Sorry, chat. What's a gurney again? Is that like a stretcher? Sex swing. You fucking idiot, Marcus. Marcus, we're dealing with sensitive you son of a bitch. Fucking Marcus. We're being serious today, Marcus. I only just got here. I don't know what crime he did. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Or they're going to put me in a little box somewhere.
Oh, my headset just died. Fuck. Oh, Gurney is hanging him. Right.
Away from anybody and everybody, which I don't expect. I actually expected Ernie.
What do you want? I mean, all joking aside, okay, what do you want?
Take me out back, shoot me back in the head?
No, I wouldn't. I studied psychology a little bit in college. You want me to finish, like I said, I'm working on finishing college. The people at Superbikes made you angry. I don't know, you tell me, well, people at Superbikes made you angry. And not just angry, but I mean, they belittled you, they humiliated you, they made you angry enough to do what happened. And then you had the situation this last Christmas, and then this most recent situation. The time span. What kept anything from happening? You know, because that's a question.
I don't need to kill.
Well, I'm not saying you do. I mean, you know, but that's a genuine question.
I mean, per your legal definition, I'm serial, but I'm not.
Okay.
Honestly, if...
Which is a lie. He didn't pull a knife. He did not pull a knife. I'm fucking telling you he didn't. Because a man like this keeps trophies and he would still keep the knife. You know what I mean? Unless they find a knife that belonged to Johnny, then I'd be like, okay, like maybe there, but no.
Johnny had to pull the knife.
I wonder if they found a knife.
Really?
Oh, God. Black and white tiger stripe.
And also, he also does need to kill, because when he killed the people in the motorcycle shop, he realized how easy it was, and he also realized that he could get away with it quite easily. And if he can do that at a motorcycle shop, imagine what he can do out in the middle of nowhere. He can keep captives. He can, you know, do whatever he wants to people. He can hide bodies. He can do everything he wants. So imagine how this guy thinks about his murders. So he's just lying again to this officer, trying to get himself off. Not getting himself off, but getting himself off within his own mind. You know, like even he said it himself. By definition, I'm serial, but I'm not. No, you are a serial killer. Does that make sense, chat? Like, no. You are a serial killer. You did do it. Does that make sense? But within his mind, he's better than everybody else. He can hold this conscience of, oh, you know what? Like, I didn't really want to kill the mum, but, you know, I shot her 3 times. You know what I mean? But I didn't really want to. And I would never pistol whip someone. And you know what? I don't kill women if I don't have to. I don't want to kill women. So, you know, when I killed the mum, it wasn't that bad. Well, it's murder, but, you know, like I kind of, they said all those nasty things about me. You know, she came in the room first. I had to. That's how this fucker's brain is working. And he's a moron. You know what I mean? He sees every action he does as justified within the moment of what has happened. He kept going back to the bike shop over and over and over again. You know what I mean? He even makes up imaginary scenarios for himself. He lives in his own little world. He keeps doing it. Johnny pulled a knife. I very much doubt he pulled a knife again.
The one time you buy at the little convenience store? Are you serious?
I'm going to buy ammo costs more than your damn knife. Are you kidding me? You're costing me money.
If you're gonna stab me, at least stab me with a butt knife or something. You know?
Again, he's belittling a person that he just said pulled out a knife, and he's even belittling how undangerous the knife was. So if the knife was not dangerous, why'd you shoot him? So if you're gonna belittle a man that you shot, right? And you said that he was a threat. You said before that the man was a threat, and now you're mocking him about him not being a threat. So which one is it exactly?
Something with a little history, you know.
Pick the thing up and we're doing it.
And we already know you're a coward. We already know you're a coward because in the other murder, when he had two people in front of him, he always, and I can't stress this enough, always shoots the guy first. Can I get an amen? He's a pussy. He always shoots the guys first. He doesn't give anyone a chance of overpowering him. He doesn't give him even a slight... He walked out the front door of his house. Boom, boom. Gone. Immediately.
You shot him?
Oh, yeah. He put that thing out, and I went, here's how it's going to go. Okay. Let's dance. And the other problem is if they don't put me on the gurney, when the people inside realize the people I hunt is them,
they'll be scripting that to you.
No, what this is remember when he went to prison before and he was a good little boy? He is fucking petrified of being surrounded by people that are stronger than him. And he looks for admiration from men who he thinks are more powerful than him, like these two officers. So he's scared to death, right, of going back to a normal prison because he'll get fucked on. You know what I mean? He's going to be everyone's little bitch. Because you won't be able to convince them, you know what I mean?
Because I know the rest of my life I've never hurt another person. I'm entirely okay with that. Because I know the rest of my life I've never hurt another person. I'm entirely okay with that.
It's like with superbikes and with this, it's just a reactional situation.
The officer knows that's not true because it's not a reactional situation because he went back there over and over again and he bought a gun and he wore two pairs of gloves, premeditated murder.
It's not hard. I mean, you slam your throat on a desk somewhere and crush the larynx, you don't die of shitty death.
Yeah.
But you can do it.
But you hurt the people.
If I did any of that, and I won't, it would probably cause my mother to have a heart attack and die.
Yeah.
As Todd was sealing his fate, investigators were conducting a thorough search of his property. They found a multitude of weapons and ammunition, such as handguns with silencers and rifles. But as there was no record of a background check under Todd's name for firearm purchases, it is believed that he illegally obtained these, which just adds to the laundry list of his crimes. In 2017, Todd Kohlhepp pleaded guilty to 7 counts of murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and 1 count of criminal sexual.
And he didn't have a license for any of that. Holy shit. Literally just go and get it. That's fucking crazy. Guns with silencers on them and everything.
Assault. He entered a plea bargain that spared him from capital punishment and instead was sentenced to 7 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole, plus 60 years. Relatives of the superbike shooting victims filed a wrongful death lawsuit against him, and Kayla has also filed her own civil lawsuit against Todd. She was awarded $6.3 million.
Good. Deserves more if you fucking ask me. Jesus Christ, give her 10 million.
However, even behind bars, Todd has not been silent. In late 2017, he wrote to the Spartanburg Herald-Journal, claiming that he had more victims who have yet to be discovered, which would go along with what he told his mother right after he was caught. When she asked how many other victims there were besides the ones he confessed to, he apparently said, "You do not have enough fingers." In
Lies.
the 8-page letter to the publication, Todd wrote, "Yes, there is more than 7. I tried to tell investigators, and I did tell the FBI, but it was blown off. It's not an addition problem, it's a multiplication problem. Leaves the state and leaves the country. Thank you, private pilot's license." Yes, Todd apparently earned his pilot's license at some point and could have potentially traveled to commit more unsolved murders. But he has also expressed that at this point,
would go into more
he doesn't
detail.
see any reason to give numbers or locations of other victims. At the same time, though, Todd reassured investigators in 2016 that he hadn't, in fact, killed anyone else.
Yeah.
Have you...
If he did, I reckon he would have done it here. You know what I mean? He just wants attention.
Killed anybody else in Spartanburg?
No, sir.
Have you killed anybody else in South Carolina?
No, sir.
Other than the boy in Arizona and Superbikes?
He literally admitted to a crime that he didn't have to admit to. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't he admit to another one if he thinks he's going to the gurney right here? He thinks he's getting the death penalty. He loves attention. He loves having his ego filled. He thinks he's the main character in life. He would just say it right now. He would.
And the ones that we have on the property. Have you killed anybody else?
This guy's upset, right? I'll tell you how I feel about this guy in prison. He's upset he didn't kill more people because he wants more notoriety and he wants more attention. So he's making up a story. That's how I feel. He's upset in prison that he didn't kill more. Because he's a fucking nobody.
And this is where I ask you this.
Do you know what I mean?
Is that enough?
I do, but no, this is the thing. No, this is the thing. This is not to drive an nail home or anything like that, okay? You had your moment in here with your mom, and this is your opportunity to get everything, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's an opportunity to get everything out of the way. You know, because you're going to be sitting in a cell, and there's going to be lonely times, and you're a compassionate person. I'm a compassionate person, okay? In the heat of the moment, when somebody pisses you off, you may want to beat the shit out of them, shoot them, stab them, kill them, whatever. But when you're laying there at night, it may bother you. You see what I'm saying? And that's the only reason I'm asking.
That's the only one I shot.
That's the only one you shot. Okay.
I didn't want to have to explain numbers on the phone, and I sure didn't want to give numbers of 4.
So when you told Mom she didn't have enough fingers...
I just didn't know what to tell her on the phone.
Okay, so that was kind of, not, I don't want to say embellishment, but it was just something to...
Didn't want to give her phone numbers. I got you.
I got you, I understand.
Definitely more than one hand, but it's not really a bragging kind of...
Yes, it was. It was bragging. It was bragging. That's exactly what you did to your own mother, and it's so fucking weird. You're such a fucking weirdo.
When you just said, those are the only people I've shot. Any other means? Okay.
What do you think? On one hand, it does seem a little suspicious that there would be a 13-year lull in between the Superbike shooting and Todd's next victims. But I can also see how Todd might just be showboating in a bid to get...
There was a lull because he's a pussy. That's why there's a lull, if you ask me, chat. There's a lull because deep down, secretly, he's a coward. Does that make sense? Deep down, he's a coward. You know what I mean?
More attention now that his case has died down. But get this. Some people actually think that Todd may not have even really committed the Superbike murders.
Could be true.
All right, strap in, because now I'm going to take you through some of the more controversial internet theories and conspiracies that have arisen around this case. Just a disclaimer, I'm not endorsing these theories in any way, but I think it's really fascinating to see the information people have dug up and the wildly different conclusions they've come to. So, about the Superbike murders. A woman named Pat Brown, who is a profiler claiming to have worked on this case in the past, has written about her doubts. She says a serial killer that is also a mass murderer is not what you would normally expect, because serial killers like to have complete control over their victims. She also feels that there is no actual evidence beyond a potentially false confession that Todd was the perpetrator in this case. And she even asserted that the sheriff was up for re-election around the time Todd confessed, and this may have been a convenient way to solve serial killer that is also a mass murderer is not what you would normally expect, because serial killers like to have complete control over their victims. She also feels
he gets his control from when he's doing it. After he's been mocked, it's his last laugh when he kills them. He's not your typical serial killer in the way that he's going out to kill. In his mind, he is getting retribution on people that have mocked him. You know what I mean? Like, as he enters here, he even said he waited around for innocent people to leave. He believes he is almost like I know this is a really weird word, but he believes he's almost like cleaning, like he's killing people who have done wrong to him, you know, that are bad people. That's how he feels. That's how egotistical he is. He's not your typical murderer in the way that this profiler believes he is, I think.
About her doubts. She says a serial killer that is also a mass murderer is not what you would normally expect, because serial killers like to have complete control over their victims.
He has
She
complete
also feels
control.
that there is no actual evidence beyond a potentially false confession that Todd was the perpetrator in this case. And she even asserted that the sheriff was up for re-election around the time Todd confessed, and this may have been a convenient way to solve that cold case in the nick of time. However, a counterpoint to this idea is that Todd mentioned a detail in his confession that apparently was never released to the public before.
Yeah, and another thing, you could just cross-reference the story with the actual crime photos, and if he has said that he shot the mum first and then 2 ran away, like, you know, that's a lot of information, so cross-reference.
When he said that he shot each of the victims in the forehead, so investigators feel pretty confident that he was the one behind the crime.
Yeah.
But still, Pat refutes this claim and actually says that none of the victims were shot in the forehead. There's honestly so much to go into here, but
I'd believe the investigators who came across the bodies with the people who have been shot in the head. You know what I mean, chat?
to me, it seems like Todd's motive and explanation of this crime were clear. So I'll let you decide what you think really happened.
It is clear. It's clear cut.
And then
He
another
did that
conspiracy
murder.
theory people have posited centers around Kayla herself. This one is rather sensitive, and I again want to emphasize that I don't subscribe to these beliefs.
Chat, warning you, it may go into something very dark and nasty here. Warning. Can I get an amen? I've given you a warning. They're going to discuss some stuff that you might find insensitive or bad about murder, about sexual assault and stuff like that. I'm warning you. I'm disclaiming you right now. I'm giving you a mature warning, mature content warning. I'm saying, I'm warning you. You have been warned. There is a disclaimer. You have been warned.
And would never do anything to blame the victim, as what she had to go through was undoubtedly unimaginable. With that being said, here is the theory some people propose.
Hit us with the theory.
When Kayla appeared on Dr. Phil to talk about the case, she said that she met Todd on Facebook several years before, and they had little contact besides a few messages here and there.
Explainable in a small
How she's
town.
doing before he ultimately contacted her about the job opportunity.
Yeah, we know he was a creep to women.
According to the Newberry Observer, an initial interview at Todd's residence between Todd and an investigator suggested that there may have been more to the relationship. The alleged transcript of that exchange shows the investigator asking Todd if Kayla was a stripper who would also sleep with Todd for money, which Todd claims is true. He also apparently claimed that he'd taken her to dinner and that she'd spent the night at his house before, among other physical encounters.
He would have bragged about this in the interviews when they were talking about her.
So these details have apparently led some online circles to speculate that Kayla could have known more than she was letting on about the whole situation.
And even if she did do all of that, it doesn't mean that she was complicit in actually turning up for the job and knowing that her boyfriend was about to be shot.
Especially considering those letters she had allegedly written to Todd during her capture. Other updates that have added...
She wrote those letters because she was fooling him into believing that she had Stockholm Syndrome.
Fuel to this fire include the fact that Kayla in 2019 was charged with third-degree criminal domestic violence after a fight between her and her boyfriend. Kayla claimed that during an argument, the man bucked his chest into her, then she struck him in the face with a closed fist, and then he allegedly slammed her to the ground and put her in a headlock. The charge was her first criminal charge in South Carolina.
That doesn't... Do you know what I mean?
It was eventually dismissed. However, people still drew attention to another tragedy that occurred in her life about 5 months before this incident. At that time, her then-fiancé shockingly died of a self-inflicted stab wound to the chest. All of these factors have caused some internet communities to turn a suspicious eye on Kayla, but at the same time, most recognize that she is still trying to heal from the traumatic experience.
And also, just like, say you said that to me that Kayla had done a murder in the past or something, right, or anything like that, it doesn't mean that murderers can't be murdered. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm trying to say, chat? Like, say all of that was true, all of it's right, you know, and all of it still doesn't stop what happened to her. You know what I mean? It doesn't stop that, does it? Like, this still happened. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
endured at the hands of Todd Kohlhepp.
So
I think everyone can agree that even if we don't have the full picture of Kayla's life.
And when she was getting freed here, would she really throw this man under the bus, Todd, if she was into it? No, I don't think so. She completely tossed him under the bus very quickly, with no hesitation.
She was still a victim who did not deserve any of the horrible things that happened to her during that kidnapping.
Exactly.
And I hope she is doing well today. Or at least getting the help she needs to work back towards a normal life.
Exactly.
Further updates following Todd's arrest have failed to show any growth nor regret on his part. In a hearing, family members of the Superbike victims got to make statements directly to Todd. And after one mother spoke about how Todd was frustrated that he couldn't ride a bike properly and said her son would have been happy to show him how, Todd actually spoke up to say, "With all due respect, ma'am, I'm sorry, but your information is incorrect." The judge reminded him he was only allowed to speak if he had a question for the mother. Todd apparently remarked, "I want to let her know why it happened." Jeez, I bet you could have heard
Yikes. What a narcissistic little rat.
a pin drop in that room. Todd is certainly one of the most psychologically intriguing killers I've ever heard of. According to a forensic psychologist who was interviewed about 130 serial killers, Todd wanted to believe he was a good guy.
Yeah.
He apparently doesn't want to be associated with the worst serial killers and
Yep,
has said,
for sure.
"I'm not a bad person, but I do bad things sometimes." It seems he justifies his murders in his head by classifying people into categories of good or bad.
Exactly.
But obviously, it's a childish mindset to have when you think you can judge people's character and decide their life or death based on how it suits you. Perhaps his twisted personal philosophy and complete lack of remorse was best summed up when he told detectives, "I've never done anything to anybody who didn't have it coming." Todd Kohlhepp's story is especially disturbing, I think, because in the eyes of most people who knew him, he was just a normal dude. Outgoing and charismatic even, and at the very least, successful. He's a guy you probably wouldn't give a second look if you passed him on the street, and you'd probably walk away from a conversation with him thinking he's a chatty, decent guy. And maybe that's the most scary part of all, is wondering how many monsters like Todd are hidden in plain sight.
Subscribed. What a crazy channel, dude. What a crazy channel. Hang on, let me just check something, chat. I have a meeting to do today. Let me just check something here. Awesome, we're doing Life is Strange. Did you enjoy watching like the criminal video with me, chat? I think it was a lot of fun watching that with you, chat. Like, it's a bit more serious and like we can't crack jokes and stuff like that because, you know, you don't want to disrespect like actual things that have happened. Do you know what I mean? So you don't really want to like say that kind of shit. Like, I really feel like I can't crack any jokes, but it is a bit mentally draining, but nonetheless, it is interesting, and I don't mean that in a PM, are you ready for a call? I'm just on stream. Let me know. Is Baz still on? Baz is off. Maybe I get off now and come back after my meeting. Maybe that's the way to be, broskies. Maybe that's the way to be. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll eat some food, and then I'll be back in 2 hours or an hour and a half. I'll probably see you guys in an hour and a half, yeah? Guys, if you haven't followed already, please consider following, man. I'd appreciate it. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all that kind of stuff. ! Discord in the chat to get alerts when we're live. And thank you so much for coming in. I'm sorry we're ending on a serious note rather than Mimi, but I'm going to go eat some dinner. I'm going to have a nap, you know, relax and all that kind of stuff and just chill for a little bit. But I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in. You know what I mean? I really do appreciate that. Hope you had a lovely day. You know, we got on the serious side, talked about psychology and all that kind of stuff. It is what it is. And I'll see you in 2 hours. If you're still around, turn on alerts. Bada bing, bada bang. And I'll see you guys then. Bye, chat. Bye now. Stay crazy in the chat. Throw them up. Throw them up. Stay cray, everyone. Till next time, man. Throw them up. Come on. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Catch you guys.
Yeah, baby, be my bubble gum. I can be so troublesome. I just wanna love you some. You don't gotta owe me none. Now I'm on the road, doing shows. That's just how it go. Taking off your clothes, let it show. Money never fold. You my rider till we die. You my angel in the sky. Blowing kisses like a blunt. Baby girl, I'm trying to stunt. You can be my number one. Won't you be my bubble gum?